New Kellogg's Chocolate Frosted Flakes. They're right.
I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along. 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Yeah.
My old gal's a good old pal.
What's going on, everybody? Johnny, I see you, bro. Right Angels, what's up? Feet Twin in the building, what's going on?
Well, ain't no one to cry for me, and the fish all go out on the spree when I get them deep river blues.
Red Walrus, brother, I see you, man. What's going on?
Sail if she float, 'cause I got them deep river blues.
Well, I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are getting better, I'm told, 'cause I got them deep river blues.
JP in the building. What's going on, everybody? The show will take off in just a minute.
Sings with me, I'll go down, don't you see? 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Well, now I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die. 'Cause I got them deep river blues.
Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain dry right on, let the waves just sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues.
'Cause I got them deep river blues.
Yeah, baby. We got them Deep River Blues here tonight. Deep River Blues. And how the hell are you, folks? And how the hell are you doing? Oh, my people, my people. Oh, when the smoke settles.
Keep them waiting while you sitting there hating. Your bitches hyperventilating, hoping that we penetrating. You get snating, 'cause I never been to Satan. But hardcore administrating, gangs ain't affiliating. MC Renner had you wildin' off the phone in a whole half a gallon. In the gallon. 911 emergency, and you can tell him. It's my son, he's hurting me, and he's a felon. Home parole for robbery, ain't no copping a plea. Ain't no stopping a G. I'm in the 6, you got to hop in the 3.
What up, everybody? How the hell's it going on? My bro said I did something stupid tonight. We all do stupid ass shit.
2017 is the...
But what the hell's going on with my peoples? With my peoples tonight? We got some things happening here tonight. First and foremost, how the hell are you people? 420 Club salute. We got a little bit of weed here messing around. And for the people that haven't seen my shit, we got the little bit of desolate messing around here. A little bit of that and a little bit of this for the festivities. We gonna have a good ass time tonight. Excuse me. Now, what are we going to get into? You guys ready to figure that out? We're going to get into some things, that's for goddamn sure. That much I can goddamn promise you. I played Bloodborne drunk and Ratchet and Clank drunk. Why is that stupid? Why is that stupid? That ain't stupid, V-Twin. That ain't stupid at all. So, my friends, if you guys didn't know it, it was International Women's Day. I know it. I know it. Leave it to the sexist, leave it to the racist to not only celebrate Black History Month. None of the black people celebrated, but your boy did. Your boy did. And allow it, me being one of the only people on Playroom, to celebrate International Women's Day. Hey! International Women's Day. So, let's go ahead and recognize some badasses. Shall of way. Shall of way, my people. International motherfucking Women's Day. Let's kick it off correctly. Here we go. And you know it's true, too. Hold on, hold on. Watcha! Why can't I find it? I already had it. Don't be a bitch to me now. I have it written down right here. Yeah. I had it wrong, that's why. Here we go. Search that shit. Let's go. Bam. Let's get into this shit. I thought it would be pop before bed. Did you hear that breaking news that Trump was gonna meet with Kim? I know. I have that on here. Susan B. Anthony. Yeah, baby. Elizabeth Candy. There's some hardcore women for you right there. We're more than women's rights activists. She played a pivotal role in the women's suffrage movement, securing women's right to vote in the 1920s. Very interesting. That's awesome. Here's another badass. This is Annie Oakley. Was an American sharpshooter and an exhibition shooter who challenged stereotypes about women and pushed women's involvement in the United States Armed Forces. Oh, we don't want that. We're trying to ban guns here in March. We'll get onto that a little later, but we're trying to ban guns. Shh. Oh, here we go. Amelia Earhart. Isn't this the girl that flew across the distinguished flying across the world and shit? That's another female badass right there for you bros. Absolutely. Margaret Hetfield Hamilton and Katherine Johnson. What did they do? Let's see. The women of NASA and pioneers in technology. A man may have been the first person to walk on the moon, but it was a woman who put him there. Bam! What you gonna do about it? A woman finally received recognition 4 decades later when they received the presidential. Alright, right, here we go. Sally Ride. Sally Ride became the first female astronaut in space. She was part of the 1983 STS-7 mission. And there she is. Another badass. What's going on? Brenda Berkman was a pioneer female firefighter. Sandra Day O'Connor was the first woman in the U.S. Supreme Court, became the most influential justice who served from 1981 to 2006. Oh my God! It's the devil! You know what? Let's back that up just a little bit. Let's give Hillary Clinton a little bit of love. Even though we were really bashing the shit out of her in 2016, we were going in, and I've seen some pretty hardcore memes, especially lately. But, you know, this woman, Jesus Christ, you gotta give it to her on Women's Day. When you talk about hard women, strong, independent, hard individuals willing to take on the challenge, well, there you fucking go. There's one right there. Shirley Crenshaw. Bam! She was the first black woman elected in the United States Congress in 1968 and also the first major party black candidate to make bid for the presidency. But who cares about that? I'm racist, right? See, Tammy Duckworth, first disabled female veteran, in the U.S. Senate, and will also be able to first be the woman to give birth while serving in the U.S. Senate. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Happy International Women's Day. Exactly. Hashtag IWD. International Women's Day. And that's pretty awesome, dude, because I don't see any other streamer. You would figure one of the top 5 streamers, Mr. Moneymaker, well, he would have something to do with International Women's Day, considering he's so gracious and so magnanimous that he burned racism for us. Oh, please, Mr. Money, why didn't you do anything for International Day? Well, let me tell you what. So let me recognize some female streamers. How about Nikki D. Lovely on International Women's Day? What's up in Nikki D. Lovely? Liquid Lola. Let's give a little shout out for them. How about Mrs. Naga? Of the Sam Nagas, Mrs. Naga. How about Lady fucking Riffs? Let's give a shout out for Lady Riffs. Mary goddamn Pike. Let's give a shout out for Mary Pike. I got some others written down here. How about, let's see, Jolene? Isn't that her name? Savage's old lady. Coco. Your queen, Queen Susie. Gina, thank you. Let's recognize some goddamn women out there. Let's recognize some women out there. Now, any other women? Any other women? Let's go ahead and open up the floor just for a minute. For any other women anybody want to recognize out there. How about Betty Boop? How about Fairy Slippers? Anybody? Anybody else? Can y'all think of anybody else? Chrissy? LBM chick? That's right, she just won an award. Goddamn right, she just won an award. Anyways. Bam. Lots of people out there. Lots of badass chicks out on the playroom. And every one of them deserves, you know, at least a shout out, because I don't think any other streams were giving them a shout out. But Delic, of course. Delic just did the Delic Streamy Awards, but it was International Women's Day. I'm not sure if anybody, you know, noticed that or even gave a shit about that. But your boy does. The sexist racist, Mr. Riffraff, has got your back. Absolutely. All right, so moving right along. Let's go ahead and check out Christina Feather. There you go. There you go. Lady Riffs. That's right. That's right. There's another woman. That is a bad fucking ass. All right. Let's go ahead and check out some more women just being awesome. Yeah. Whoop, I fucked up. Here we go. Women are awesome. 2018. Why is this video not available? Why? What happened? What happened? I just watched it. There we go. More women just being fucking awesome. Hillary Clinton, I already said what's up to Hillary Clinton, man. All the women out there, though. All the women. Hillary Clinton even. Fuck it. That's a strong, independent woman. You can't deny that. Hillary Clinton, goddamn, she's strong. Independent. Even though she's a bit wobbly. You know what I mean? Even though she fell down a couple times. A lot of people saying that Hillary Clinton's an android and shit. See? There you go. There's one. Clinton is a robot. A lot of people saying she a robot and shit. I can't even do that. David, City of Trees. Shout out to David's lovely wife and lovely family. Gina in the building. Happy International Women's Day. Even though it was like yesterday. Not a big deal though. She does have Bill's balls in a jar. Tighten that shit up. Oh. Ooh. That's bad. God damn, what the hell? Damn. Man of Steel in the building, what's going on? There's one of my recipients right there. Just to pause that real quick. Man, these bitches are badass. Holy shit. I wish I could do half the shit I'm watching on this screen. Anyways, there's one of my recipients right there and right there. One of my winners of the recipients, and I'm gonna do another one too, probably around 750 or 1,000 subscribers, if I ever even make it there. I was gonna do another giveaway, but V-Twin was one of my recipients for a giveaway. A couple other people too. We've done other giveaways, but Man of Steel and V-Twin just happened to be in here, so I wanted to kind of like, you know, give a shout out that those are two of my long time kind of like people that pop in and always check on me, say what's up. So much love to you guys. Thank you very much for coming in and showing your brother some love as often as you do. God damn! What? That little girl! Many ladies in my court. Many ladies in Delic's court, too. God damn. Hell yeah, shout out to Mrs. Fail. Shout out to all the lovely ass ladies. Mrs. Fail, Liquid Lola, I can't even think of them all. There's so many. Oh my gosh. Mary Pike, my LBM chick, Jesus Christ, what's that girl's name? Mr. Rebels girl there, Mr. Johnny Rebels girl. Anyways, this is where some of you are going to start to hate me. This is where I kind of drag in, make you think it's going to be some kind of positive stream, and then I fucking break your heart. And then I break your damn heart. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for me to break your heart? Oh, I fucking forgot about Samantha White. My sexy side girlfriend that nobody knows about. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Can't even believe I forgot about her. I guess I really care about her if I forgot about her on International Women's Day. What a fucking piece of shit I am. Wow. So, are you ready for me to break them hearts? Here I go. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Happy International Women's Day, everybody. This is the top hashtag on Twitter. I'm sure you've seen it. Of course, nobody knows anything about the day. You just see these things on Twitter. You say, oh, yeah, it's International what and what day. Okay, great. Yeah, okay. Well, what is the history of this? As with most things that begin with the word International Women's Day is socialist nonsense. And it's particularly nefarious socialist nonsense, but we'll get to why later. It changed the 20th century in some ways, so it's really bad. The first National Women's Day was held in 1909 in New York. Guess who organized it? The Socialist Party of America. Not surprising.
Oh! Did you say what I thought you said? Say it isn't so. You mean to tell me that the first Woman's Day was held by a bunch of socialists? Nazis? Say it isn't so.
1910, the International Socialist Women's Conference created International Women's Day, finally, 1 year after New York's. Following the October Revolution in 1917, Vladimir Lenin made it a national holiday in the Soviet Union.
Oh.
He made International Women's Day national.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that the Women's Day was celebrated in Soviet Russia? What? What? That's nonsense. Nonsense, I say. Nonsense.
Communist thugs made International Women's Day a national holiday. It's because on International Women's Day, on March 8th in 1917, an international women's demonstration actually started the Russian Revolution. It started the communist revolution that just destroyed the 20th century. It's a true story. A protest of women textile workers in Petrograd took place. This is commonly cited as the inciting incident of the Russian Revolution. Leon Trotsky admitted that he'd helped plan the protest, but even he was surprised at how widespread its effects were. He wrote, quote, "Meetings and actions were foreseen, but we did not imagine that this Women's Day would inaugurate the revolution. But it did, right from the horse's mouth, right from that communist horse's mouth." The holiday, International Women's Day, was celebrated almost exclusively by communist countries and socialist activists until 1975.
You mean to tell me that only communist-type style countries celebrated Women's Day until 1975? Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so.
When it was adopted by the United Nations, but maybe that wasn't very much of a change, was it? Maybe there's a lot of continuity there.
I bet you guys are like, what the flying fuck? And you know what else kind of like really pisses me off about a lot of the Women's Day type of shit? Is like they fucking dress up and they do absolutely ridiculous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like wearing pussies on their heads, for example. Please, allow me to show you. It's actually pretty intense. And then I'll get into some more juicier stuff that kind of breaks it down into, and makes a little bit more sense. But it's going to get a little silly too. But also have another argument that the Me Too movement is going to be coming up. So this whole Women's Day plus the gun march on the 14th, that's going to happen. And the Me Too movement and everything just kind of ties together, like the International Women's Day and all that shit. So, here we go. I thought this would be kind of funny to throw this video in here. You want to see what these guys did? You want to see what these guys did? Oh, it's really bad.
Fortunately, in Canada, our
Hold on, let me back this shit up. You're going to be like, what the fuck? This is funny as hell.
Come to the dark side.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So.
can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Oh yeah, it gets bad. I'm not even going to play this whole video because it gets rough.
And now, in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere. We've got some footage here of the bullshit which began just this afternoon. Residents in this neighborhood were shocked to see this bullshit thing happening. Our witness described the event in breathless terms.
I'm trying to get laid.
Our reporter Keith Collins joins us now live from the scene of the bullshit. Good to be with you again, Keith. We have a colorful graphic here that shows instances of bullshit like this are on the rise. Is that right?
Yes, although why is unclear. Some say it's because of one fucking reason. Others say it's because of some other fucking reason. And this bullshit has some broader implications. Here's a list of tips on how to avoid bullshit happening to you.
Well, thank you, Keith. Let us know if there are any updates on this bullshit story from there.
There's no way there will be.
Very good. We'll check back with you in an hour anyway.
So, well, there you have it. That's obviously real news. That was obviously real newscasters, and that is the current state of affairs. Though that is the current state of feminism in 2018, unfortunately. But anyways, getting back to the seriousness. Let's see. Getting back to the seriousness. Now, a lot of these feminists, they want to go ahead and try to say that there's a patriarchy and that there's male privilege and all this other shit. You know, it's getting kind of like a double-edged sword because, I mean, even in their own Google algorithms, they don't even understand. They can't even keep their own lies straight. What I'm trying to say is, like, let's say you have Alexa. Let's say you have, like, Google or something like that. If you ask Alexa, right, who Bruce Jenner is, Bruce Jenner, they're going to tell you that Bruce Jenner is an Olympic gold medalist and so on and so forth, right? It'll give you the autobiography of Bruce Jenner. If you ask Alexa who Caitlyn Jenner is, it'll tell you Caitlyn Jenner is a woman who won Woman of the Year. But if you're like, okay, well, when did Bruce Jenner die? Alexa doesn't have an answer for that. And then if you're like, did Caitlyn Jenner win any gold medals? Alexa says no. So according to Alexa, Bruce Jenner never died, and Caitlyn Jenner never won any gold medals. So even in their own bullshit, it doesn't even make sense. So, what am I trying to say? That I think male privilege is a myth, And a lot of people get on my case about this stuff. I think a lot of things are a myth. Hate speech is one of them, too. So I watch a lot of Steven Crowder, and I thought this was kind of an interesting video that I kind of came across with Steven Crowder. And it kind of goes along the line, even though it's a bit older of a video, I still think it kind of goes along the line with Women's Day and, you know, the patriarchy and all this other bullshit that wearing women's... I don't even want to talk about it. Wearing shit on their head the way they do. Anyways, if wearing a pussy on your head is a sign of power, I don't understand. Like that must display to other countries that we are fucking cuckoo. We have lost it. We're running around with vaginas on our heads. That has got to tell other countries we have fucking lost it. I would have to say that is accurate. But anyways, let's get into this one. So I think male privilege is a myth. I'm going to throw up a video. We can talk about it. Bam, bam, bam. I like this video. It's pretty cool.
Any privilege for that matter on campus. Not only was pretty much everyone hostile.
This is a pretty long video. Not sure if we'll watch the whole thing, but we'll definitely watch some of it here.
Male rapist. When that male could just not rape in the first place.
Did a woman burn you or something? No, sir.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be fucking great?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Wouldn't it be great if men didn't rape?
Yeah.
Who are you arguing with? It's the latest installment of Change My Mind. This
Anyways,
time, male privilege is a myth.
Let's get up to that conversation. 1 second.
Watch and make your own decisions.
Here we go.
No, come up and debunk my bullshit.
Check out this conversation. See what you think
It's always
about
a great way to start a civil conversation. What's your name, sir?
Gregory.
Gregory.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So why the anger and profanity? That was such a civil conversation.
Let me answer your question. So anger, profanity, because this is an extremely sensitive topic, and I think it's almost ironic you come like such a university that has such a problem with male privilege. And I know you guys, the last conversation was a lot about racial things, and you wanted to talk about laws, but I want to talk about really about the practicality. So practically, you know, I don't have a car here, so sometimes I like to go down, I go to yoga. When I walk back, it's at nights, I have my headphones on, I have like a hoodie on, so I'm not aware of my surroundings, and I feel perfectly comfortable doing that. And I wasn't really conscientious of that my entire life until about a year ago. I was on the phone with my friend, and she said that she needed to get her textbook from her car, and it was like probably 11:30 at night, and she just wouldn't do it because she didn't feel comfortable, she didn't feel safe.
Sure.
And so that's something that's inherent as a male, biologically larger, and just like women, that's an inherent privilege.
Inherent privilege as a male.
Privilege, where I can
biological privilege.
Biologically, you're going to be larger, taller, and you can overpower a woman, and for the most part.
So you're saying that male, female is biological. First off, that's a premise.
I'm saying there's both biological and societal, and there's also systemic. Systemic's going to be where it's just ingrained in a society.
Okay.
So
could you, for example, explain to me what the difference would be between a biological male versus a systemic male, to use your words?
I did not say there's a difference between a biological male and systemic. Well, I'm talking about systemic male privilege and biological.
Okay. Well, you said biologically men are
biological,
bigger and stronger, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we agree on the premise that.
Let me clarify for you.
Biologically,
males have privilege because they are larger. Because of that, they have a certain safety afforded to them where they can go out and then they don't have to worry about. You had a horrible comparison earlier about how males are more vulnerable to being burglarized or whatever your thing was.
No, I didn't. That wasn't what I said.
Okay, what did you say? They're more likely to be like experience violence than the women are.
Can I answer?
And
No,
not by the opposite gender though.
Can I answer?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, they're statistically more likely to be victims of violent crime across the board.
By which gender?
No, you just said. Do you mean gender, biologically, or systemically?
What the fuck is this systemic
You just said there were differences between biological,
said
societal, and systemic. I want to make sure we're talking about
systemic male privilege.
because
You're forgetting the privilege.
I'm forgetting the systemic privilege.
You just said
let's
between
assume
a biological gender and systemic gender.
Okay, well,
There's no such
domestic.
thing as a systemic gender. Difference is
Okay, hold on a second.
Biological gender privilege. Don't forget the privilege. It's very important.
Yeah, it's very important to remember the privilege. Yeah. Okay. Violent crime, many of them would be committed by men at large. Domestic violence is very comparable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
domestic violence would be committed on the same rate from biological women to men as men to women.
The presumption that men who are more like vulnerable to violence is by other men.
Statistically, having more being the victim of violent crime, yes. Statistically, also being the victim of domestic abuse.
That those victims, those male victims, are mostly being victimized by other men.
Sure, let's go with that. Yeah.
Sure. You think that's unlikely?
No, I didn't say it's unlikely.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Okay. Well, I think we can all agree on that. And then so for women, they don't have that. Biologically, we're still on the biological part.
Right.
When they're smaller, when they can be overpowered more easily, they don't have the same privilege. When they can't go running by themselves.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Because you've never let me finish my one sentence. You came in cussing at me, so I'm willing to finish my sentence. And if you want to listen, that'd be great. If you don't have to. What I'm talking about here is privilege. I do not see it as a privilege having a violent crime committed against you at a multiple rate likelihood, whether it is committed by a male. But the man who is getting violently assaulted, I do not believe is more privileged than the woman who isn't. And statistically, that's the likelihood. It's not a privilege.
It is because biologically, that male who's being assaulted by another male has a better chance of defending themselves than a female who is being assaulted by a male. And that's the gender difference. We're going to talk about male privilege.
Sure.
We have to talk about the influence on the opposite gender. I don't give a fuck about when you're talking about like male on male crime.
Really? I do.
This is not what it's about. If
it
you
is.
want to talk about that,
sure
talk about crime. Let's talk about crime. We're talking about male privilege.
Yes.
And I'm bringing up the biological inherent differences between the genders.
I agree on that. I agree that biology determines sex and gender. Yeah.
Are less likely and less capable of defending themselves against the opposite gender.
Sure.
Biological.
I agree. That's why I'm a huge supporter of women concealing and carrying.
Okay, that's a completely different subject.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not at all.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a different subject because women,
I don't want. The point is, you're trying to set the premise as though for some reason women are less likely. Can I respond?
2 seconds. This is not about male on male crime, and this is not about access to firearms right now. I want to talk about the practical livelihood or existence of white.
We want to talk about systemic privilege. We want to talk about systemic privilege, and then hold on a second. You said 2 seconds. That was about 18. Okay, I'm going to speak now, and I'm not going to cuss at you. So the point is, we are talking about systemic privilege. No one at any point, I am still open to it. Anyone can sit down. Has given me any example of a right afforded to a man, not afforded to a woman. That's what we're really talking about with systemic privilege. Now we've just acknowledged, both of us, that men are statistically much more likely to be the victim of a violent crime. We're statistically much more likely to die at the workplace. Okay. Now, this is something that matters to me and perhaps not to you, and then that's okay, we can disagree. I don't believe that the man who is 70, 80% more likely to have a violent crime committed against him is privileged, whether it's committed by another man or not. Now, I would agree, maybe we could find common ground in here. What I'm talking about is I don't want to see women victimized. As a matter of fact, most men don't. And the only way a woman would be able to defend herself against a violent crime, though statistically far less likely than that of it occurring with a man, would be a mechanical advantage in a firearm. Would you not agree?
Yeah, sure. Sure, yeah, but this is not about guns.
No, it is.
No.
It's about protecting women, and it's about keeping women from being victimized.
Okay, cool. That's. But men have also. But you want to talk about male privilege, so we're talking about differences between the genders. You want to talk about firearms real quick? Let's end that conversation with this. Men and women do not have a different accessibility to firearms.
No, they don't.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's a great thing.
This has nothing to do with gender privileges.
There you go. There's no privilege there as far as access to firearms.
firearms.
What I'm talking about is wanting to have fewer. Let me boil it down in a way that maybe might be reductive. I would like to read far more headlines, okay, that say rapist shot dead in a ditch by a woman with a .38 special than woman raped on campus because of some concealed carry law.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, so I don't want victims.
Headlines that have nothing to do with rapists.
I would exactly.
You know why do
you stop
Why
it?
do you have to
How
create a
doesn't
gun to kill a male rapist when that male could just not rape in the first place?
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
fucking great?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Wouldn't it be great if men didn't rape?
Yeah.
Who are you arguing with? You're Don Quixote fighting windmills, man. We all agree rape is bad. You think I'm here saying rape is good?
Get away with it.
They don't get away with it.
They get away with it?
No.
They get away with it on this motherfucking campus.
Really?
Yes, they fucking do.
Okay.
My friend
give me names.
raped within the first 2 weeks of coming to the school as a freshman. She was a fucking virgin too. Milton Daniel Hall. You know what that motherfucker had to do? He had to move out of that hall.
He had to move out of
That's
that hall.
about it.
Really?
Yeah.
So this was a rape.
That's
this
all
is
they do with
interesting. This is a rape. See, you're getting very emotional.
Because this is serious.
Yes, of course it's serious.
I'm a white privileged male. I can go. I can stay in my little bubble of TCU. I don't have to turn my back. I don't have to worry about my job, my income, or anything like that. I don't have to worry about getting raped.
Well, you should.
My friends do.
You should worry. You should worry about your income. You should worry about communicating with others. Let me finish my phrase.
It's not something
you
that
should
is
worry
very
about
vulnerable
You should worry about communicating with adults. You should worry about treating other people respectfully because this will affect your future employment opportunities. You first came in here and talked about how you put on your hoodie, your headphones, you don't even look around you in the periphery. That's dumb. That's stupid. You should worry about your safety. That's fundamentally unintelligent. White, black, yellow, red, I don't care. It's not smart to do. It's also not smart to come in and say we should get men to stop raping, and that's going to help women. I'm not your father. I'm not your father, but you come in here so you're going to school somebody and cuss and yell and say you need to stop rapists. Everyone here wants to stop rapists. Everyone here wants to stop rapists, okay? The point is, this kind of doublespeak and this kind of rhetoric and these kinds of false platitudes don't help women. Do you know what you're doing? You're victimizing actual victims of rape. There is no 1 in 5 rape statistic. When you say men get away with it, we allow men to get off scot-free with rape, it's not true, and you absolve people of personal responsibility. It leads to a worse society. It leads to a polarized campus. It leads to, God forbid, actual rape cultures like we see across the Islamic world.
There's rape culture in this campus.
Is there?
Yep.
Okay, and what is the rape culture?
This is the rape culture at TCU is brewed up by, first of all, having twice as many women. Having twice as many, it creates a different social dynamic. Greek life.
So how do you change it?
Let me continue that first example. My friend who was raped within their first 2 weeks
of
college here, having lost her virginity to rape.
It's terrible.
The criminal who was uncharged was
Does he have a name?
Pledge. I'm not going to release.
This would go out to a lot of people.
The girl
I would love to see him charged.
The girl. This is not mine. This is not my decision. She did not want to release his name. She doesn't want this to be a public thing.
Okay.
Don't judge her for that. So don't roll your head.
No,
okay?
No. I am making a judgment. I am judging.
Okay.
Well, not her. I'm judging the decision.
You're judging her victim. So
I'm judging the decision. That's a bad decision because you know what? That guy could go forward and rape another woman. So the stupid false victim status, I don't want that guy to go on and rape somebody else. Blame the school because a guy raped her and she didn't give the name.
She didn't want to put the name out publicly because she did not want to be.
How do we stop a rapist if we can't charge him or get a name?
Here, let me.
How do we stop a rapist?
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
Let me.
How do we stop that rapist from raping again?
She made this decision. Stopping a racist would be to put him in jail. To have the punishment for rape to be so significant, not just taking away a swimming scholarship and attendance at Stanford for that rapist, but at this school, she did not want to put out the name and make it a public thing because she did not want to be associated with directly. This is a small school. She puts out his name, her name gets out there. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want to be known as a victim. Let me finish. The school, no. She did want to prevent that same person or his affiliates from raping again. Okay. She told the school.
Okay, so the school and police have his name, and there was a
correct.
He was charged.
He was moved because he lived in the same hall as her.
Oh my goodness.
Both freshmen. See each other for the rest of the 4
years. So the
years.
police were given a name of a man who forcibly raped a woman, and you're telling me they just removed him from the hall. This is the story.
When it comes to
so you get it. So you actually.
Proof.
So some of you get what the hell he's trying to say, right? Some of you get it. Some of you get it. So when Crowder said, you know, hey, when I'm opening up the newspaper, I would love to see rapist dies by woman's hands from a 38 snub nose, rather than woman gets raped by a man that has a 38 snub nose. I mean, wouldn't that be a lot better to read? You know, in the newspapers, a woman defending herself using a firearm, or even a capable non-lethal method, like somebody I think suggested pepper spray, or a slapjack, a taser. I even suggested raid, like the insect wasp spray, because that shit's got like a 30-foot reach. So, I mean, pepper spray, you got to get that bitch up in somebody's face. You spray that wasp killer in somebody's eyes with 30 feet of goddamn spray, they got to go to the hospital. That's that. Hospital time for them to get that out of their eyes. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, I mean, I don't know. I kind of thought about doing a class like that on, like, women's defense, women's safety, or just defense and safety, period. You know, being able to pull people's heads using your sleeve as a choke, just all kinds of stuff, collapsible clubs, there's just all kinds of weird shit you can do. Yeah, but that shit don't work on everybody. Word. Absolutely. You know, and you can't really, there's so many variables when you're in a situation and you're in a conversation like this. There's so many variables. That's why Crowder was saying there's a lot of double speak going on here, because he gets up loud and proud like we need to stop rapists, but then won't even help his friend that got raped identify the rapist. You know what I mean? What the fuck is that about? I mean, do you know, it just doesn't, that's that double speak, that's that double standard. So anyways, let's just finish this up and then we'll move right on.
Yes.
Exceptional things, and
that's a big one. Will we not agree on that?
Yeah, obviously.
Proof is important.
Obviously.
Okay.
And so, when it comes to the practicalness of this event, it is we talked about the culture. So I'm going back to the example because they were Greek, they were pledges, the rapists.
Okay.
No shit, yeah.
Others did.
Gotta be, right?
About this?
I'm guessing something bad.
Correct. Yeah. They did not go up to her and apologize and say, no, he's a bad egg, so and so. Greek fraternity, enter Greek words, does not back this, we do not represent this. No, they harassed her. They said, do not ruin this kid's life for one dumb mistake. He was intoxicated, he was this, he wasn't thinking straight. He thought you were cute. Okay, that's what they did, and that's why it's systemic. I was a part of a fraternity here. I left because 2 members were put on our version of our internal Supreme Court.
The Sheik?
Chance after chance.
What?
They were in positions of power within the TCU community, to where they were subject to incoming freshmen, they were subject to other girls, and they used that power in ways where they ended up harassing these girls, sexually assaulting these girls.
That's terrible.
Within the fraternity, they were given chance after chance after chance until they just became maybe inactive.
Talent was good, brother.
Big enough, they were not a part of the fraternity enough to where they would shed badness in life. And that's why I left.
Can I ask a question?
Correct.
Okay, because I think we both acknowledge you jumped from a few topics there, so I'd like to kind of zone in a couple, and then hopefully we can move forward. So you mentioned that this man raped her. The school knew about it. The police knew about it. He was simply moved to another house, simply moved to another dorm. Then you said that the Greek house knew about it and basically was encouraging, and they harassed her, right? Okay. Do you have any proof?
Eyewitness account. And that's probably one of the reasons why it wasn't encouraged. There was no GoPros everywhere, you know? That's how it happens. That's how it happened.
We just said proof was really important. So any proof of you just gave this whole example to paint a picture of white male privilege on campus and this rape culture. Any proof?
And proof. I believe her. And And there was, she lost her virginity. There's stains. There's blood. I'm sure if she wanted to call the FBI and make a big deal to have her name and face painted everywhere, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yet there isn't the existence of DNA proof.
Okay, so here's my point. We have to find some common ground and agree on some premises here. So
hold on, make a big deal. You heard what he just said. Oh well, I'm sure if you just wanted to spatter his face everywhere and make a big deal out of it, Wasn't he making a big deal a few minutes ago when he was standing right here saying, fuck you and fuck your bullshit, and there's a motherfucking rape culture on this motherfucking campus, and I fucking know this bitch, and blah, 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 and I'm gonna fucking stand up for her, and this is bullshit because there's goddamn male privilege going on here, but, you know, we don't want to make a big deal out of it, though. The fuck?
No proof there that you would be able to present that anyone has presented.
You may be going in the direction of assuming that she wasn't raped, and I would strongly advise you don't do that.
Well, I'll take it under advisement. But I do have proof that there's not a rape culture on campus.
You have proof there's no
Yeah,
rape
the statistic
culture.
is not a 1 in 5 rape. According to the FBI, it's 1 in over 1,800.
Okay.
There's not a rape culture on campus in the United States. These rapes do not occur without consequence when there is proof presented. The constant is not men getting away with rape. I'm certainly not convinced of that.
Okay, so look at him dumbfounded. He said 1 in 1,800 because anytime that the evidence, which the proof, he just asked for proof, anytime the proof is presented, then something is fucking done about it. So a few minutes ago, he was saying, we need to stop this rape culture, this male privilege, but we don't want to make a big deal out of it. Because he knows, as well as anybody does, that the FBI, with the statistics that they just presented, will tell you right then and there. If evidence is produced, then something is done about it. How can anything be done about it if faggots like this are not willing to fucking stand up and help their friends that got raped identify the rapist? Oh my fucking God.
Not convinced by your account. It sounds like a harrowing account. I feel horrible that had occurred. So you think I feel good about that?
I don't.
But my point is,
I say don't give a. I'm saying.
Well, then listen. You can ascribe motive all you want, but I do have
controversial to get some laughs from some people to put other people down.
Who came in and insulted somebody? Who came in here and insulted someone? The only person who's insulted anyone all day here, all day, is you. You came in cussing and yelling and swearing.
No, because I'm pissed.
I get it.
It's serious.
I get it.
When you say there's no rape culture and you have proof of that, you say you don't have the statistics.
I do have proof and there is no rape culture.
If you're a girl, you don't got to go out. You don't want to put out and say, hey, I was raped. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to be raped if you're a girl.
Obviously, we were talking about.
You said you don't want to.
That's fucked right up. It's not something to laugh about, but he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
I don't agree. And the statistics don't reflect that. So if you had proof. The statistics of, according to the FBI.
12% of women and 12% of men are raped on college campuses.
Incorrect.
This is the biggest research university, Columbia University statistics.
I would love for you to come and sit down when you have the microphone, and I would love to talk about that with you. Now, you see, this is why. This is not me being rude. Same thing I gave Chanel. Sorry, Chanel, I apologize. See, she's not going to give me guff for it. She sees it was an easy mistake. I wanted her to have her opportunity to speak. I don't necessarily agree with her, but I would say it was very respectful. You were cussing, yelling, coming in, a little bit emotional, and I want you to have your opportunity to speak as well. And so it's disrespectful for her to yell out. We're having a conversation between two people.
I disagree. This is not about semantics. This is not about being like, we're not in a parliamentary system where you're not allowed to interrupt and shit like that. This is important.
You're actually allowed to interrupt in a parliamentary system. You're talking to someone who comes from Canada. We have a parliamentary system. Shut the fuck up with facts. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Hey, did you enjoy this video? Here's the thing.
That was painful to watch, kind of. I kind of felt bad for the dude. He was getting fucking schooled. But anyways, happy goddamn International Women's Day. You know, and at the same time, I kind of wanted to, you know, look at both sides, like I always do. You know, Riff is good for that. I want to look at both sides, as always. And, as always, I try to keep it up. I try to keep it good. I still want to know how my people are doing, especially even my enemies, you know. People want to keep your enemies close. That's one of the things they say, keep your enemies close, right? So, let me put one of my enemies up on the screen. Y'all ready? Megyn Kelly. Y'all remember Megyn Kelly? Remember she was the one that tried to kill Alex Jones? Well, not kill her, yeah. Politically kill Alex Jones and, you know, fuck his career up and all that. You remember her, right? You remember Megyn Kelly? Oh. Wait till you see what Megyn Kelly's up to now. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see. Megyn Kelly has turned into a regular old Jerry Springer because she got, you know what I mean? She got, you know what I'm saying? Here we go.
Man, what?
Here we go. Check it out. Megyn Kelly is the new Jenny Jones. Exactly. Exactly, bros. Oh, man. It's just bittersweet, isn't it? Them liberal tears. Them liberal tears just oozing down the faces of our enemies. Isn't it just sweet? Oh, the justice that has been done. Megyn Kelly, the investigative journalist, getting down and dirty, not afraid to go the extra mile. Megyn Kelly, the expert teleprompter reader. Let's check her out.
We now return to the Jerry Springer Show with guest host Megyn Kelly.
Our next guest is a woman who was married when she decided she needed to sow her wild oats. Robin Rinaldi had been married 9 years when she asked her husband to consider
How cringy
an
is
open
this?
marriage.
But
He
come
agreed,
on.
and they spent the next 12 months.
Let's
having
give it
sex
up
with
to
other
Megyn
people.
Kelly on International
Robin
Women's
has written
Day.
about the experience
Let's
in
give it
the
up to
Wild
her.
Oats Project, and she's with me now. Robin,
Good job.
Hi.
I'm just
So
happy
this is
that
what
she's
Megyn Kelly
happy,
has
you know?
become now,
I'm happy that she's
recycling old
happy.
Jerry Springer topics. Just a heads up, if there are kids around or if you're at work, you're going to want to turn this off or turn the
Maybe
volume
she's
way,
into
way
this.
down. Because when talking about certain aspects of liberalism, tends to get pretty nasty.
Was your sex life good, if you don't mind me asking?
It was, and I was in love with him. Of course, we were together 18 years, and anyone will tell you after 18 years, it's not rainbows and roses all the time.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You thought that becoming a big slut and having sex with other people would then strengthen your marriage.
During the week, we were both allowed to date and basically see other people.
So can I just ask you, the first night you slept with another man?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Over the course of this 12-month experiment, how many people did you fornicate with, you floozy?
12.
And were they all men?
No.
Oh, bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus!
Kelly says, as she's enthusiastically living
Oh! Bonus! Let's just all get naked in the crowd. Let's just all have a good time.
vicariously through the skank. Look at how excited the audience is to hear about her open marriage, too.
Well, I mean, I had a year. I had to get my bucket list done.
Oh, man. Is that right?
So
The audience
I
is
think I
literally
need
applauding
rehab,
this creature for trying to strengthen her marriage by having her and her husband have sex with other people. This is almost as bad as when CNN was promoting cuckolding recently as being positive for relationships. This is a real story from CNN, by the way. For those who missed it and those who don't know, cuckolding is when soy boys, men with low testosterone from too much soy and too high of estrogen, and other beta males let their wives or girlfriends have sex with another man while they watch. CNN reported that this may strengthen relationships, as counterintuitive as it may sound. And liberals wonder why their relationships, the nuclear family, and the younger generations are in complete shambles. Of course,
Just
the
sleep with
media
other people. That's what liberals do.
Normal. Cosmopolitan reports 14 confessions from women who cheated and don't regret it. And even this op-ed from a woman who regrets not cheating on her boyfriend. Then we have the Huffington Post reporting that adults who like to wear baby diapers are just misunderstood. Then we need to break down that stigma. Saying that people who identify as ABDL are misunderstood and malaligned would be a colossal understatement. ABDL stands for Adult Baby Diaper Lovers, and this is not a joke. This is a real article from the Huffington Post. Even worse, not only do they face ridicule for having desires or inclinations that exist outside of what is considered by mainstream culture to be normal, there are few places beyond the internet to express their identity or find a community or buy goods related to their interests. What's next? YouTube deleting this video, giving me a community guideline strike for bullying the ABDL community, the adult baby diaper lovers? Oh, there's no end to the madness of liberalism. Nudists in California are upset after they were banned from a public swimming pool and are claiming that they're being discriminated against. We cannot back down, and we need to fill YouTube and other social media platforms with even more conservative content and expose their Orwellian censorship and counter the left's mass mental illness before they completely destroy the human race. Go to markdice.com, click the link in the description below, and go to my online...
All right, so since we got a nice little since we got a nice little chuckle out of that one, let's keep the laughs rolling here, you know. CNN. So CNN says, hey, cheat. It's a good time. Let's make fun of CNN some more, because I always have good times doing that. Let's see. Here we go.
Yours truly has come under attack from CNN. They say, wait for it, they say I'm not mainstream. I appeared on Breitbart Radio, and CNN's senior media reporter responded with this.
I'm old enough to remember when Breitbart was trying to go mainstream. Guess they gave up.
What exactly is mainstream these days? I mean, I know I come out with some edgy opinions from time to time, but I could never compete with CNN as saying something offensive. Then there's heaping praise on somebody who represents a brutal dictatorship that incarcerates, tortures, and executes hundreds of thousands of political dissidents. That's pretty edgy. Is that what constitutes being mainstream now? Genuflecting in front of a despotic regime that starves its own population to death? So, mainstream. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but last time I checked, I don't think InfoWars or Breitbart were fawning over a country that has no independent media, functioning civil society, or religious freedom. That's CNN's job.
Usually I'll build a stream up. I usually just build a stream up that kind of, you know, fits around certain topics. I'll kind of like look at a bunch of shit that kind of is relative to the topic. Typically, I try to look for short videos, 20 minutes or less, that are punchy and kind of like along with what we're talking about. And then I put them all together in a kind of like a sequence. And then we try to like hash it out, throw some opinions out there. What do you think? What do you think of the painting that I'm trying to put up there on the portrait? You know what I'm saying? So basically, and that was, you see that line right there? So that was half my show right there. So the first half of the show was Women's International Women's Day. And I gave a shout out to all the women out there, all of them that I can remember anyways. Liquid Lola, Nikki D, anyways. And then I started talking about how it was a socialist, nationalist idea. Started in 1909. Wasn't even celebrated in America until 1975. And then I kind of went off on some clever stuff. You know, it's just basically how we do it. Now we're going to go into, what are we going to talk about here? We're going to talk about being disowned for your political beliefs. We're going to talk about North Korea, should we arm teachers, children being used as props, March 14th, and I want to talk a little bit about the new movie Death Wish. That's also coming up too. So stick around, bros. We got more to go through. Here we go.
Mainstream. Maybe I'd be more mainstream if I encouraged cuckoldry. Apparently that's mainstream now too. But you know, when your primetime shows get less viewers than decades-old reruns of Yogi Bear cartoons, I guess you gotta spice it up a bit.
Marlowe went on to heap praise on one of the world's leading conspiracy theorists, describing him as a smart guy and someone who is wildly popular.
Second half of that, I'm not going to argue with, but calling me one of the world's leading conspiracy theorists. Don't know if you've noticed, but in virtually every video I've made about big events for the past 3 years, I've debunked conspiracy theories. Here. Did I believe in some pretty out there conspiracy theories when I was
Johnny
younger?
P did the whole thing by himself.
But see, there's
Where's
quite
all the
a
buddies
big
tonight?
difference between my conspiracy theories and those pushed by CNN. I didn't help promote the conspiracy theory that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. A conspiracy theory that led to hundreds of thousands of dead Iraqis, thousands of dead and maimed US troops, a ruined country, And the rise of
We're gonna get to that.
CNN that
Yeah,
did
we're gonna
that.
get to
I
this
didn't
one for
promote
sure.
the conspiracy theory that Libyan militias and moderate rebels in Syria were freedom fighters.
There is a significant amount of moderate rebels,
when in reality they were Islamic jihadists, Al-Qaeda and ISIS fanatics. A conspiracy theory that led to 2 ruined countries, the destabilization of an entire region of the world, and an international migrant crisis. Oh wait, that was CNN, wasn't it? I didn't promote the hands up, don't shoot conspiracy theory. A conspiracy theory that led to riots, shootings, and the worst race relations in 50 years. I'm not promoting the conspiracy theory that Donald Trump colluded with the Russians to steal an election. A conspiracy theory that's put the world at the greatest risk of nuclear war since the height of the Cold War. Now, who was it that did that? Oh yeah, it was CNN.
Then why is CNN constantly like Russia this, Russia that? Because it's ratings.
I'm not promoting the conspiracy theory that socialism, which has caused untold misery everywhere in the world where it's been tried, is cool. Yeah, CNN again. I didn't promote the conspiracy theory that Trump was igniting civil war while endorsing Antifa, a violent domestic terrorist group that advocates for civil war. Who was it that did that? Wasn't CNN? Yeah, it was CNN. I didn't promote the conspiracy theory that the president was deranged or physically unfit. Nor did I continue to promote it after it had been completely debunked. Andrew did.
I just want to pause it right here for just a second.
After it had been...
This is Brian Stelter. You want to talk about a fake motherfucker. I hear that this guy is in his early 30s, and he shaves his head like that so he looks older. I mean, if it's a rumor, it's a rumor. But if that shit is true, that's fucking weird. Why would you do that?
Completely debunked. Who did that? Surely not. Yeah, CNN. I mean, you guys say that the very existence of the deep state, a manifestly provable entity in American politics since Eisenhower, is a conspiracy theory. You said the DNC and the Hillary campaign funding the P-Gate dossier, a proven fact, was a conspiracy theory. So I'm in the best position to be lecturing others about conspiracy theories. Let me remind you that CNN is actively lobbying for a competing news organization to be shut down.
That's probably going to be the funniest comment tonight. Any takers?
In the United States, CNN apparently thinks...
Anybody want to try to beat this comment? This is probably the funniest one so far. So if King NorCal gets that funny, the funniest comment, I should start like a little prize, like a little something. I don't know. What can I do? If I do it every stream, it can't be that fucking extravagant. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a broke ass bitch. Everybody knows I'm a broke ass bitch. I got my PayPal down there somewhere. Where is it? Right there. Everybody knows I'm a broke ass bitch. I'm a beggar. I'm a boring bitch. I'm a beggar. So anyways.
That's its responsibility. Can anyone tell me why InfoWars is on the verge of being deleted for bullying and harassment? But CNN can literally turn up at an old lady's home, dox, bully and harass her for the thought crime of posting memes on Facebook, and then post the video on YouTube with no consequences whatsoever. Strange that, isn't it? It's almost like there's one rule for them and another rule for us. CNN threatened to expose a private citizen for posting the Trump wrestling meme if he failed to display the proper amount of remorse. Sounds like it's perfectly acceptable to engage in bullying and harassment so long as you're called CNN. Not content with campaigning for our entire chance.
It's that double standard shit I hate.
Dared challenge their narrative on... Oh, no. Now CNN is tracking down advertisers on InfoWars videos and trying to bully them too, because we really make so much money off YouTube ads at this point. Not 90% plus of our content is already demonetized anyway. However are we going to survive? CNN is like a bitter, jealous ex-girlfriend that just won't leave us alone. Remember when they hid
Which is why most people are leaving YouTube. They're going over to different streamers.
With InfoWars. But to be honest, CNN, you're just not our type. We just don't
Google
have much in common with a network that thinks the American
You're gonna laugh your ass off at those fucking assholes.
Question the intellect of the American voter. Oh no, they're stupid as shit. Look, it's not you, it's us. No, wait, it's you. It's definitely you. So take your conspiracy theories. You know the ones that start wars, continent-wide crises, and domestic unrest. Yeah, those. Take your little InfoWars obsession, take your crusade against our YouTube channel, and shove it. Maybe then you can concentrate on, I don't know, being
I
an
miss the
actual
old
news
90s
network.
news.
Remember those days? No, me neither.
All right, so moving right along, I thought it was kind of funny if we just took a few stabs at CNN. Why the fuck not, while we were on the roll there. Okay, so moving on. Wanted to talk about people disowning you over your politics and over your belief structures. People disowning you, whether it be your friends, whether it be your family. If you have a disagreement over political views, racial views, religious views, maybe you can relate to this next video. All right, let's hit it. I wish I could just speak to this fucking thing. I see there's a goddamn microphone right there, but I don't have a mic set up to that thing. Bam! 1 second, 1 second. This is a good one. Bam. Just came
How
out
many
too.
stories have you heard or personally experienced
Fresh.
of people being ostracized and disowned by their own friends and family members for their political opinion?
Okay, so again, that's a great question. How many in the playroom alone? In the playroom alone, in my social construct of friends that I fucking roll with, I've had fallen outs. In the 420 club, because of political or religious or racial disagreements, there's been falling outs. You name it, bro. And it's everywhere, It's not just in the playroom. Everyone's losing their fucking minds. It's the $1 billion companies are spending all kinds of money to do one of the most fabulous things, one of the most ancient things in the textbooks, and it works still to this day. It's called divide and conquer, tribalism, man versus woman, Muslim versus Christian, black versus white. And that's how they love it, that's how they keep it, and that's how it's gonna be. So, again, it sucks when you're not really into that, you're not part of that, and you're not part of the brainwashed crew, and then you get subjected and smashed. What up? Because of your political beliefs, because you stand up for something. And that's what really sucks, because when you do bust your ass to research anything, or you do speak your mind, speak your voice, stand up for your opinion, then that's going to cause reactions every single time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So when you throw that opinion out there, it's going to cause an opposite reaction, right? For every action is a reaction. So therefore, there's been all kinds of falling outs within my own community, within my own friends list. Hell, even some people, on my Facebook, whatever it is. Just for being a Trump supporter, I've been called everything under the fucking sun. Before Trump was president, I was just a cool guy. I was just cool riffs, man. Hey, let's play some games together, bro. Everything's popping, be bopping. What's up, brother? How you doing? Chilling, my nigga. We just chilling, man. How you feeling today, my brother? We chilling, brother, man. How you doing, man? Oh, we just rolling up. We just feeling good. We jiving. We about to get into some GTA or some Red Dead, whatever it was back in the day. But pew, soon as Trump became president, Riff Raff has been called everything you can imagine, from racist to sexist to misogynistic to, oh my God, you name it. It's just ridiculous. Tis I, Fart Socks, Rye Bread. What's going on? The Bad approves the riffs. The 420 Club, Mary Pike was pissed. She got pushed out? Huh? I wasn't aware of that. I'm looking at that very, very confused like. Anyways, I'm going to stop with my ramblings and see if Mr. PJW can clean it up for me, and then we'll go on with it.
How many stories? How many stories have you heard or personally experienced of people being ostracized and disowned by their own friends and family members for their political opinions? Listen to what this young mother told me. I had to get a restraining order against my parents when I became a conservative Christian. At the time I was pregnant and my parents were threatening violence and to take custody of my unborn child. Ashton Whitty, since coming out conservative, I've been exiled by my own family, watched my dreams of acting be destroyed, spent several nights homeless, and have found myself more anxious and depressed than ever. This ex-Marine told me. My entire family, including cousins, won't talk to me anymore. 2 of my sisters on their deathbed would not let me come and make amends with them before they died, and the family wouldn't let me attend their funerals. They took that anger to the grave. Candy O'Donnell told me. Sister-in-law and her family have refused to join Thanksgiving.
I gotta stop there. Holy shit, don't take your anger to the graves, bros. Make amends. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the beef is, whatever the disagreement is, y'all can just relax. I don't care what it is. I mean, I get it, man. You know, if somebody raped your daughter, if somebody killed your kid, obviously you're not going to forgive a motherfucker like that. I can totally understand. But I mean, if it's some internet drama, or if some PlayStation beef, or, you know, some stupid shit like that, then it's, at the end of the day, it's nothing. It's really nothing. Not when people are living homeless for their political beliefs. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. Somebody died, you know, taking their anger to the grave. You don't want to be that dude. God forbid tomorrow I have a heart attack. I've already forgiven everybody in my life. If I still have enemies, then that sucks. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do about it. But me and my soul, my heart, I've forgiven all who have trespassed against me. I'm chilling over here in my corner. Just saying. But at the same time, has it happened to you? And if it has, speak your mind.
Dinner for 2 years now because we voted for Trump. Now, I'm not saying this is all one way. There are liberals who live in conservative areas who have been excommunicated by their families, and that's equally as bad. There was a Miami Dolphins cheerleader who divorced her husband because he didn't support Trump. That's absurd. But aside from this, since Brexit and Trump, from anecdotal evidence alone, it seems like it's pretty much a one-way street. My brother has disowned my whole family because we didn't vote for Hillary. He moved and no one has spoken to him in 2 years. I have one brother. I was disinvited from his SJW daughter's wedding at her request. Fired from public university position, losing my marriage, shunned by friends and so-called fellow travelers in various social circles and networks. And this was a woman
I just gotta stop there because it's happening all over the place. It's not just in the playroom. Everybody's losing their fucking minds. My girlfriend has a cousin. Her name is Arlette, and she fits into this category. People that, you know, get all uppity over their emotions and feelings because they get riled up over something they heard on CNN or something, and then they start disowning their fucking friends and their loved ones because they politically disagree with them. And it's just fucking mind-boggling to me. And it's not just like here, it's all over the place. Even my girlfriend, who's not political at all, is dealing with it. And she's like, but I voted for Trump. That makes me a slut bag, you know, all over the fucking message board and shit like that. 2 years, people pick politics over family. Wow. And just wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Voted for Obama twice before she voted for Trump. This is a grandma whose own daughter disowned and blocked her for supporting Trump. Presently, although I am allowed to send my grandchildren gifts and cards, I am not allowed to talk to them or be a part of their lives. I am held at arm's length and can only pray her views will mellow or change. Breaks my heart. A young mother sent me this. My family no longer wish to speak to me as I research my own news and not just listen to what the MSM wants me to think. I research the facts for myself. Due to this, my whole family will no longer speak to me. The worst thing about this is they will now no longer talk to my daughter, who is 3. She has no knowledge or understanding of politics, so why they use my own views against her is ridiculous. I've encouraged them to have contact.
Boom! Boom! Somebody that I was very close to, personally dear with, good friend of mine, Stephen King, 718. I've known him for, let's see, I met him 2007, so that's 11 years, we'll call it. So 11 years I've known Stephen King, and like, we don't see eye to eye anymore. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not allowed to be part of his life. I've watched all of his kids grow, and I'm not allowed to say hello to them anymore, and they call me Uncle Riffs. You feel me? And their kids aren't political. They don't give a fuck about that. So why is that being held against me? Has nothing to do with the kids, right? So, I don't know. It's just it's a tragedy when people's adults, will say, not even people's, adults. It's a tragedy when adults allow their pride and their ego to get in their way of their logical thinking. And I am a hypocrite, because I do it too. Oh yes, I do it too. But it's still a shame, and it's, you know, sometimes you gotta step back from your own bullshit and give a whiff. Smell it sometimes. Smell your own bullshit sometimes. You know, see how it tastes, you know. Taste that a little bit.
With her, to which they refuse. It's a sad, sad story. And you know who's mostly to blame for all this? Yeah, you guessed it, the media. The same media that constantly smears conservatives as hateful and divisive, while promulgating endless hate and division. Harper's Bazaar. If you're married to a Trump supporter, divorce them. Time magazine. Break up with that Trump supporter. GQ. It's your civic duty to ruin Thanksgiving by bringing up Trump. These people are so vulgar, so perverse, so resentful. They're quite prepared to see families torn apart just so they can exact some kind of petty revenge, which doesn't even matter anyway. The last year plus has just been a media feeding frenzy of character assassinations, frivolous lawsuits and censorship aimed at conservatives. All because they were butthurt at losing a referendum, at losing an election.
I've heard that before.
With sabotaging people's reputation and careers, they're now coming after people's families. Pamela Geller has a fatwa out on her from Islamic terrorists. They've threatened to behead her. They've threatened to kill her family. Then the Daily Beast exposes Geller's daughters, who aren't even political, painting a target on their backs for jihadists, simply because they don't like Geller's views on Islam. The writer of this vile trash, Taylor Lorenz, then celebrates what she did all over Twitter. I mean, what kind of vicious, subhuman scum could do such a thing and then think they had the moral high ground in doing it? You don't have the moral high ground.
I don't even know who
Literally
Beer Me is.
exposing innocent young women who aren't even engaged in politics to the threat of being assassinated by bloodthirsty Islamic
Joey
terrorists.
Trent, interesting
because
question.
you think it'll silence Pamela Geller.
I did not,
You're prepared
sir.
to go to such disgusting lengths for a scoop.
And I know who has it.
You. Shame on all of you who think traumatizing and disowning your own friends and family members because they dare
And I know how
hold
much
a
it costs,
different
too.
political opinion is somehow worth it for the greater good. There is no greater good. You're a horrible person. Take a long look in the frigging mirror. Newsflash. You know all that righteous indignation you feel about everything? Yeah, well, we feel that too.
That's a
Difference is,
fucking
we don't
good question
lash out and
right
hurt
there.
people's relationships and target their families. You're slowly ripping apart the fabric of society. You're making sons, daughters, mothers, fathers miserable. Sometimes
Let's see, right now we're bashing
You're
the
ruining
media.
lives. For what? Just so you can virtue signal about it on Facebook and Twitter. This is the thing that pisses me off about you lot. Every day we have to put up with your relentless phony moralizing about how tolerant you are. Every day we have to hear about how humane you are, how caring you are, when you can't even be humane and tolerant to your own closest family members and friends. When you're quite prepared to make their lives a living hell just to score political points. It's shameful.
My mom
It has
gave me
to
another
stop, because
acoustic
you can change
in
the
place of it,
political
but it's not the
environment
same,
by
you know?
educating, by protesting,
But
by voting. You can't change it by disowning your own children. I get messages.
But I got a call back from the hospital up the road, so if everything goes right, a good friend of mine, Lazy Gamer, donated $20 to my stream. So he was like, you know what, just do something good for it, you know? So I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put the $20 into my acoustic, get that thing up and running. And then if I do volunteer at the hospital, I might play a little guitar in the waiting room. You never know. So I said if that goes well, I'll take a picture of it and send it to him on Instagram. And that's basically where that went.
Every day from kids who are in school or college who are being bullied by their classmates, by their teachers for their political opinions. They're telling me I'm their hero. No, you're my hero. You're my inspiration. You're the reason why I do this. I've been an outcast since the age of 12. I love what I do. All the hate, all the ostracization, all the lies about me, doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm never going to stop. I'm never gonna shut up. But when they start
Rise
coming for
Rome,
people's
what's
children,
going on, man? What's
young
going
women
on?
who aren't even
Seeing
involved
some new
in
faces in my
politics,
stream. I haven't
it's
seen you
gone
guys
too
before.
far.
What's
I want you
happening?
to do two things. Share in the comments below your own experiences of how you've been ostracized and disowned over your political opinions. And also
So there you go. I've been ostracized and disowned for my political opinions from some of my friends and some of my peers. And, you know, it fucking sucks. I mean, what are you going to do about it, you know? I guess you just got to keep on keeping on. All right, so let's shift gears to North Korea. I thought this was kind of cool. A lot of people were talking about it today. Not sure if any of you guys knew about it. Hey, don't do that. Doesn't this suck? I hate this. Bam! Here we go. Get the hell out of here, cat.
My fellow Americans, Kim Jong-un, just a year after Trump stood up to the dictator of North Korea, has agreed to stop all missile tests. He agrees that the U.S. and South Korea and Japan will continue their military drills, and that he wants to meet with President Trump and denuclearize. As soon as we ended the strategic patience that had been set up 50 years ago, and as soon as we reversed the Clinton policies of giving them nuclear weapons and giving them reactors and letting them be the detonator for war in the South China Sea, as soon as that happened, as soon as Trump stood up, they have imploded. Again, that shows the real power of the United States. The U.S. was hijacked and used to set up a globalist world government that's anti-human. We are taking it back right now. This is so historical. Who cannot say that Trump is the maverick? He is incredible. He's got the patriots behind him. He's got us behind him. This is amazing. Kim Jong-un is begging for peace, suing for peace. That's what it's called in Old English under common law. And this is good news. And it'd be great if they just modernized, like East Germany, marriage with West Germany. Great people. Koreans are amazingly smart, good people. They could have so much freedom if the
was a big
would
fat
just
ass,
turn
isn't
loose.
he?
This is
I
so
love him.
huge. And all they needed was somebody to stand up against them. This is so mega massive. Alex Jones, Infowars.com. We've been praying for peace. We've been praying for this. This is so amazing. Thank you all for what you've done. This is so incredible. There's not just evil in the world, folks. There's good as well. And all of what you've done as InfoWarriors has really helped do this. And thank God for President Trump. This is so amazing right now. How will the globalist media spin this? How will they not call this an incredible victory? Unbelievable.
No doubt, no doubt. So what y'all think about that? You think that's a good thing? I don't know, man. I mean, pretty much Trump just walks right up to the Saudi Arabia king and pretty much overthrows ISIS without a bullet fired. I mean, that's not exactly accurate, but I still like to say it. It sounds good. But I mean, you know, he showed up. He did his thing. He made some deals. That's pretty good. That's the type of thing that we wanted. And even when he does the things that they want, it's like it doesn't matter. The media is on attack mode. You know, and they're trying to say that he's, you know, flip-flopping. And maybe he is, especially on gun laws, which kind of brings us to our next topic. Maybe he is flipping a little bit on us, because he did just sign an executive order that bans bump stocks, and that can be a bit of an issue, because You're probably thinking to yourself, well, fuck bump stocks. We don't need bump stocks. That's not exactly the problem. The problem is that the bill says is that it bans anything that increases the fire rate. So that could be whatever they deem it to be. That could be whatever they want it to be. A trigger, a scope, a case, hell, a strap. Who the hell knows? Who knows what they're gonna decide that is? So that's kind of an interesting, clever use of language that they got going on. And another interesting use of language that they have going on is this children's march that's coming up on March 14th. I don't know where you're from, and I don't know if your school is participating in this. Down in Florida, for example, Florida Parkland, down in March 14th, there's going to be a march called March for Your Lives. It's going to be against gun grabbing and gun associations. It's going to be marching against guns. So if that's something that you want to be a part of, you want to get your family involved in, then you can do that. I, for one, absolutely disagree with it. But when you disagree with this March for Your Lives, remember how I was just talking, it's a very clever use of language. It's a clever bullying tactic, because that is what they're going to call you. If you go against these children about their gun avocation, maybe you're the type of sensible person, you see these as young adults advocating their political rights, some of them being of the age of 19, just so you know. Maybe that's what you see, or maybe you see it a different way. And that kind of comes to one more question that I kind of pose to people. Should we arm teachers? What do you guys feel about that? Should we arm teachers? We need a world purge. We are fucking sick as people. Well, I don't think I'll fully 100% disagree with that. So Necro says no. We got one no. Should we arm teachers? World War III isn't coming. Trump is making a path. Teachers ain't gun experts, but they could be. And you don't need to be an expert to defend yourself with a pistol or hell, even a rifle. No arming teachers. So that's a no from Fail. I think we need more armed security guards. So you want security guards at the schools. Is that what you're saying? Security guards at the schools. Arm and train teachers. So Dick Justice says, we got one for arm. Red Walrus is arm. He's a yes. Trump, make this war happen. Let's do it. Build the wall. Build the wall. Arm them with batarangs, of course. Yes. Naturally, of course. Let the teachers be teachers. Who's to say that they aren't the teachers that Mr. Jones isn't going to get a hair across his ass? Okay, yeah. And I could put that video because that actually did happen. So, as far as I know. But back in the day, yeah, we have armed. Yeah, just have armed guards. Police officers walking the streets, metal detectors, things like that. Cages, bars. We'll be looking like what was that movie? Stand By Me, wasn't it? Wasn't that movie Stand By Me? Or Lean on Me? Stand By Me? where the teacher goes to prison and the school kids march to try to get him out. No automatic weapons. Well, no. And none of these people, you can't get automatic weapons, just so you know. Like, you gotta go through some fucking insane background checks to get automatic weapons. See what I'm saying? Assault rifles, actual, like, not Armalite rifles, not AR-15s, not, you know what I'm saying? Like, only muskets, bro. The question is why? Well, why? Because there's fucking shootings going on, man. So, I mean, there's some shit happening, Bob. Saturday night, what's happening, man? How you doing, bro? What's going on? So, Saturday night, just to kind of bring you up on speed real quick. March 14th, I don't know if your kids in your school are going to be participating, but there's going to be a march. It's called March for Your Lives. There's going to be kids, and it's going to be a gun advocation. It's going to be against guns, gun grabbing, whatever you want to call it. And the other question is should we arm teachers? So that's the question. Saturday Night Vinyl. Should we arm teachers? Some people say yes. Some people say no. We have some people saying put guards in the school. What do you think? What do you think, big guy? What do you think, brother? Red Walrus, hey, Saturday night. What's going on? It's a hot topic. I get it. It's a controversial one. We're just gonna let it fly. Whatever you guys want to say. But nah, it is. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I definitely believe, I agree in no ARs, no armed teachers. So, a pistol perhaps. Now, I've seen some pretty intense videos. Now, before I even approached this topic, I looked up videos of teachers attacking students. And there's actually quite a few. I'm not going to lie. There is quite a few videos of teachers attacking students. There's even a few videos of students attacking teachers. That should be up to the individual teacher. Or the state. Or the school, perhaps. Not really sure, right? Right? Alright, well, let's go ahead and play something up here on the board. Maybe it can all spark some good vibes in our heads. And we can have a better discussion over it. Oh, you're gonna do this to me, huh? Oh, you're gonna do this to me, huh? It'll be a dark day for USA. What's that? What'll be a dark day, bro? I wanted to find this. Well, I feel like I'm getting close. What the fuck? Why can't I find it? Oh, that fucking pisses me off when I can't find a video. It'll be a dark day for these. Say, I'm glad I'm not one of them. Them were armed. I'm glad none of them were armed. Well, don't you wish somebody was armed? I mean, somebody asked me one time, Riffraff, what do you want to do? Or what, sorry, what would you do during the next mass shooting if you were in it? I'd be like, shoot back? Shoot back? Right? There's a scene in Predator 2, you know what I mean? Predator 2, check it out. Let me see if I can find this. It was right before that. It was right before that. I can't find any videos now. This is fucking bullshit. Let's see if this pops up here. What is this? Oh, God. The teachers were Vietnam vets with PTSD. Oh, Jesus. That would be a lot better than just trying to arm the teachers. Okay. Arm school officials like principals and office officials, but not the actual teachers. Like, you don't want Miss Little Betty with a little gun like this, fucking... All right, you little hellions, sit down, you little bastards, before I fucking pop you. Love to live in a Christian family isolated from the world. Wouldn't you, though? Wouldn't you, though? It's pissing me off that I can't find this. Hold on. Because I think it was on... Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone. Oh, I'll find this bitch. I'm fucking determined now. I don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah, that was a good video, but I didn't think it was newsworthy. Fucking the author of Pepe the Frog decides to allow the public to use the Pepe the Frog meme. So, the Pepe the Frog meme, the frog that got incredibly famous during the 2015 and 2016 Great Meme Wars. And you might remember Pepe the Frog. Apparently, he is completely open for public use. Fair use. If you make posters of them, t-shirts of them, whatever, it's totally cool. You can profit off his artwork. 9/11 thoughts. We're not there today, bro. Little Joe, just have respect for his teacher and shut the fuck up. Listen here, little Joe. Shut up before I pop you. That's what up next is teacher. But I want to find this, though. God damn it. I want to find this. Maybe they fucking took it down or something. Nope, because that was... Oh, you fuck. We're getting close. At least I think. Oh, that pisses me off so bad. So bad, bro. So bad. It pisses me off. We need 1950s world where people are respected each other. Dude, I would love to be back in the 50s, dude. With half the talent I have on guitar and all the bullshit that I can spew out with the way I talk, and I could probably be a comedian. Who knows what I could do, man, back in the 50s. That's when fucking opportunities were popping. Everything's been done, said. Everything's happened nowadays. Like, who knows how to go viral? You know what I mean? You gotta just about fucking murder somebody on live fucking Facebook to go viral nowadays. Wrong, women don't have rights. Well, that's true. Now, we'll have none of that. Happy International Women's Day. But no, for reals though. I think it was Rebel Media. Come on. That's probably what it was. When is International Men's Day? Oh my God, don't get me started on that. There isn't one. Is there one? Let's Google that. Let's Google that right now. Is there an International Men's Day? International Men's Day is an annual international event celebrated every year on November 19th. Ha! Inaugurated in 1992 on the 7th of February by Thomas Oyster. Well, fucking alright, Thomas. Because he's a man. He's a manly man. Because he's right, he does what's right no matter what. And because he's got the stripes, he's a manly man. His name is Thomas. The project of International Men's Day was conceived 1 year earlier on the 8th February 1991. So, it's also related to Father's Day, Children's Day, International Women's Day, yada, 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 yada. So, the 19th of November. Remember, men, on the 19th of this year, we will be celebrating International Men's Day. Because we're manly men. Anyways. So, I guess that's true. That actually exists. So, I thought it was in here, but fucking maybe not. Jesus Christ, I'm having such a hard time finding this shit. That wasn't it. Was it not? I'm so lost, people. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed for you to be white. If you believe in any superior race or only races is supposed to marry their race, then you're a racist. Yeah, sort of, yeah, kind of. I think so. I'm not sure if that's like the exact definition of it, but yeah, pretty fucking close. Riff, my 49er brother, what's up? What's going on, my man? How you doing? I'm fucking pissed because I can't find this video. It really pisses me off. Alright, bitches. Alright, bitches. It's so much harder to find these videos because, so Joey should find funny believing in a no color that we are all human because, and that we bleed the same color. I bleed fucking communist, boy. You slice my arm off and a swastika gonna fall out. I'm so goddamn fucking racist. See? See? I cannot fucking find it, though. Let's see what this says.
Well, it's been nearly 3 weeks since a mentally unstable 20-year-old shot his way through the locked doors of Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, shooting 20 young children and 6 adults before taking his own life. Now, since this incident, there have been calls to change current policies regarding gun rights, with many begging for stricter rules for those to be able to obtain guns. Even some of the NRA's biggest supporters have said the time has come to revisit gun policy in America. Now, the National Rifle Association had a different take, summed up basically by this.
Which dude?
The only way to stop a monster from killing our kids is to be personally involved and invested in a plan of absolute protection. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Well, a new program seems to follow this idea. It's called the Armed Teacher Training Program, a free firearms training program for teachers and school administrative staff put on by the Buckeye Firearms Foundation in the state of Ohio. Now, so far, 600 people have signed up from states including Ohio, but also Arizona, California, Florida, Illinois, West Virginia, and New Jersey.
It also is not just teachers, it's administrators, principals, superintendents, office staff, guidance counselors, maintenance folks, food service people, transportation people.
The pilot training program would include a cross-section of those who already have a concealed carry permit to those who have little to no experience with guns. It will be extensive and tailored to help school officials prepare for school violence, like what took place in Connecticut.
So I want to talk more about this idea
Who said
with
you're
Jim
racist?
Hansen, a military blogger with Black5.net. Jim, good to see you on the show. I just want to first get your take. I mean, what do you think about this idea of arming teachers, and also about the fact that so many people have signed up for it?
Is Samantha in here?
First of all, amidst the cornucopia of really
I'm not
bad
playing guitar
ideas
yet,
to try and
Samantha.
solve
Sorry.
this horrendous
This was a
problem,
bit longer
I
of a
think This is
stream.
actually a good one. I mean, not all teachers are in any way going to be suited for this, but the ones who are, I think, given
What
the
up,
choice
Raider?
between unarmed
What's going on,
victims
bro?
And armed people who may, as Wayne LaPierre said, be able to actually stop a shooting like this, why not?
And we should mention this is a voluntary program, but when you look at the facts and you look especially at history, I mean, arming people isn't necessarily, a disincentive for shooters, and might actually
Look
put
up
passersby
Jim Jeffries
in more
gun
danger. We saw,
control.
of course, what happened with the Times Square shooting back in August in New York City. 9 people injured because, the police got involved. They had their guns and, accidentally shot people who they thought may or may not have been suspects. We had, the Fort Hood shooting.
That's kind of a good point, Beerme. That's kind of a good point.
And that didn't stop so many victims.
None of those people at Fort
Raider,
Hood
I'm not bad at
had
all,
their
man. I
weapons
hope you're
with them because they were
doing. I hope
essentially
you're doing better.
disarmed by the U.S. military. The problem is, if you look at
Y'all see Sam? Y'all see Raider Nation Sam? Give him some love, bros. Give Raider Nation Sam some love, bros.
They were definitely gun-free. They were bullet-filled. There was no one there. Criminals don't follow laws. Crazy people don't follow laws. So the idea that you can put a sign
Most
on the wall
positive
that says
streamer
gun-free
award,
zone,
I sure
what you've done
did.
is create security
I
fear.
was there,
You've done
sir.
Absolutely nothing as far as making people safer. So the idea that disarming victims and creating
Congratulations.
people who can't defend themselves is a good idea isn't a good idea.
Congratulations
Also,
to
the notion,
Sam.
I mean, that this would change the face of the society that we live in. I think we have to think about, what kind of future we want for our children. Do we want them to attend schools with armed teachers? What happened in Newtown certainly was tragic, was devastating and disgusting, but is this the kind of country that we want to live in, that has armed teachers at our schools?
If I have to choose between armed teachers or dead school children, I'll take armed teachers every single time. It may not solve the problem. It's definitely not a panacea. There are plenty of other issues related to this.
That's all love right there, Sam. That's all love right there.
But if you're going to say that having an armed teacher is somehow putting the children at risk, we already trust them with our children's lives. Why not give them the opportunity to protect them if that horrendous situation occurs?
I think you have to look at what, having armed teachers would then bring on. I mean, I think it would bring on the fact that many of these teachers could be slightly mentally unstable and after a rough day with the first grade class could go reach for the gun. How do we prevent that? Is that going to involve, boatloads more paperwork and things, for our teachers?
The chemistry teacher obviously is smart enough to make cyanide and could lock the door and kill all the kids if he wanted to anyhow. So I don't think the idea that guns are the issue creates a bigger
Laura
problem.
Crofton, yeah, Jay Hardy.
If you create gun-free zones, if you create places where you disarm the law-abiding citizens and the innocent victims without offering anyone a chance to stop it. Look at Virginia Tech. How long did that guy roam around the campus shooting people? Because nobody had a gun.
So, I mean, I guess... What do you think? I mean, do you think not only elementary schools, but colleges and everywhere? I mean,
you heard it from me, folks.
That people there shouldn't have guns.
Bars,
right.
drunk people.
I'll tell everybody just to validate your claims, Pinball. We got 22 people in here, so I'll go tell you in front of 21 other people.
It doesn't do any good.
Go jump off a bridge, bro.
Right now is one of the most dangerous places on earth. And yet, I don't have a right to carry a weapon around here because the D.C. City Council doesn't trust me with a gun. Well, me with a gun is a safe boon for the rest of society. There are other people like me.
Nah, no new tattoos right yet. Supposed to be, my girlfriend's going to get one at the end of this month.
And for the most part, I mean, I would think that, a lot of people do have the best intentions in mind, but it only takes, one person, as we saw in the case of Newtown, to make these bad decisions. I mean, is there a way to even begin to regulate this?
There is no way to make perfection. We expect perfection in this society.
Oh, there you go.
Take any problem and
I just figured I'd validate your claims, bro.
Can't do it. So you do.
Figured I'd help you out.
The art of the possible says if you disarm people, you create a pool of victims. If you allow people who've been properly vetted to go ahead and exercise
God
the right
give us life.
The Constitution,
we just got smart.
Have a chance to defend yourself.
I want to go back
oh yeah, we're real smart with our fake puke and dog-eat turds and running gags and buzzing stuff.
We just ended the year.
We're real advanced.
So it is in fact not the most dangerous.
Oh yeah, Chicago had 532 gun homicides this year. And
Bible is fake. It was written by a man. It was just like three little pigs.
You can make laws. You can't make
somebody's home and then
follow.
sleep in that bed.
So, I mean, the idea that you can regulate this away is a farce.
Just last question for you, Jim. I mean, what we saw 3 weeks ago with Newtown, we saw a December that saw some of the highest gun sales in history. We saw more people buying guns than ever. And then this program. The
Riff is a racist as well. Tell us something we don't know, bro. Come on, man. We all know that.
People assume that Barack Obama and the liberals in Congress are going to do what they promised, which is make some extremely dumb rules which have absolutely no effect on people's actual safety. So
racism exists because we were never
now because you may not be able to get one later.
To me, it's hardwired. Oh, yeah. No, that's kind of an interesting concept. Like if the races like from different continents never met. Like, can you imagine that? That would be. That would be an incredibly different world. But so the topic was, should we or should we not arm teachers? Have them go through gun training course. Now, obviously, there's got to be some variables here. There's got to be some limitations of age. There's got to be some limitations of eyesight. Obviously, they got to go through the background check. They got to be able to, do some certain things. I mean, there's got to be a lot of guidelines here, but I mean, it's not necessarily uncommon. You don't have to go that far back into the history books to see people guarding schools with guns. But, Riff, his claims are phony, correct? Who, Pinballs? Yeah. No, he's right on the money. I wished him death. I'm a racist. I'm a I told you, man, ever since Trump's took office, Riffraff has been called everything under the book, dude. In the book. From racist to sexist to misogynistic. He claims that I told him that I wish death upon him. I told him to go jump off a bridge. I never said how high the bridge has to be. It could be a little bridge. It could be a little bridge, you know? But I did tell him to go jump off a bridge. That shit is true. But as far as being a racist, I don't know. You'll have to make up your own mind on that one. But the topic is right now, do you think teachers should bring guns to school? And I think a lot of people are saying no. A lot of people are saying yes. Well, I gotta say, I haven't seen that many people saying yes in this stream. Maybe 2 or 3. Maybe 2 or 3 people saying yes in this stream. So, let me see here. We'll go to another topic. Well, it's the same topic, but it comes up on March 14th, which was the other coin, the other side to this topic, was children being used as props on March 14th. So here we go. You forgot the one about Riffs slaps puppies and kittens. No. I'm also, I'm a pill pusher. I'm on drugs because I got the bags under my eyes and shit. So I'm a druggie. Don't forget druggie bros. I'm also a druggie. Okay, so children being used as props. Let's get back on topic here. Alright, check it out.
March 14th is the day, depending on how you look at it, it's the day you either view children and teens being proactive and taking safety matters into their own hands, or it's the day that children are used as props in the left's never-ending quest to eradicate Americans' Second Amendment freedoms. Students across America on March 14th will be walking out of classrooms and marching for changes in gun laws. And while I believe that change is absolutely necessary, it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with removing guns from the hands of lawful gun owners and everything to do with securing schools, fortifying entrances and exits, and by the way, stop putting children in gun-free zones that basically tell a shooter, hey, we're open for business and vulnerable, fire away. Gun-free zones deter gunmen about as much as a t-shirt that says no cancer allowed will prevent you from getting lymphoma. Sam Treat, who is a student at Garfield High School in Washington State, spoke to a reporter from Seattle's KIRO and said, the generation before us has not done a great job of doing action. Sam,
I don't need your respect, though, bro.
Didn't need to do action because we weren't going around shooting up schools, with the exception of Columbine, which, as we all know, was an enigma at the time. Maybe it's because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, but my generation didn't feel compelled to kill each other. We had fistfights at Rogers, Texaco, the gas station closest to my high school, and the worst thing that was ever going to happen to you was a broken nose or a black eye. At any rate, Sam continued to the reporter, so we're planning a walkout. In addition to 17 minutes of silence for the 17 victims, because it's important to honor Parkland, we're going to have booths where you can make signs, booths where you can register and pre-register to vote, because that's how we're going to get our voices heard. So they're apparently still on the voting thing, which is fine, but at least now they're not trying to lower the voting age. I think that possibly they realized that as long as Tide Pods are around as a reminder of millennial stupidity, that's just not going to happen. Many school systems have announced that their students participating in the protest will be marked tardy or absent and have forbidden teachers and other staff members from participating, which I find to be a good thing. If students want to participate, they have to take the hit to their attendance record.
Are any of your kids participating in this? Do any of you live in Florida? Is your school going to be participating in this? Are your kids planning on marching? Any of your kids? Does anybody in here even care about shit like that? So you suggest that blacks are humans? Of course! Of course! So, I go back to, should we arm teachers? Because I think we should. Maybe not the teachers. I mean, again, even if we do go down that road, there's got to be some strict ass fucking rules on that, like age restrictions. I don't know. I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't understand what we need to do. What we need to do is not have a bunch of fucking mass shootings. And taking the guns away is not the goddamn answer. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that, because then they're just sitting ducks. And a lot of these fucking shootings happen in gun-free zones. That's the other thing. At least they ain't sweeping it under the rug. I'm mixed, white on the outside and black on the inside. I thought you were going to say something else, Joey, like black, down there. Marshall Mathers and shit. Oh, I got you. But, so, I don't know, man. I mean, I know a lot of people, especially in the inner cities, they already have lockdown schools, and that type of life sucks, man, when you go into a lockdown school. You got to walk through metal detectors, bars on the window type shit. And that's no fun, going into that type of school. That's a prison mind. That's what am I trying to say? That's like boot camp for your mind to go to jail. Like, you already ready to go to jail. You know what I mean? You're walking into metal detectors and chilling inside of bars 8-9 hours a day. And then going home and, fucking got to do 3-4 hours of homework. It's just ridiculous, dude. I mean, when you look at how we educate our kids here in America, and then you look at how, I don't know, say Sweden or Switzerland or name another sophisticated country, look how their kids are educated. They're actually taught crafts. They're actually taught skills. Hell, they're taught skills in elementary school. They're taught skills in high school. And what are we taught? I mean, parents are telling me that their kids are not learning cursive in school now. That is absurd. Think about that for a second. If you don't know how to do cursive, how the hell are you supposed to sign your name to own anything? How are you supposed to co-sign for a car, or co-sign for a loan, or put a down payment on a home, or, get a mortgage, or any of these adult things that people are supposed to be doing in life, if you can't do cursive? So, again, this is happening. This is real, okay? There are schools and kids that are going to be doing this. And CNN and other news outlets, they are going to be covering this like you would not believe. All right? So get ready for that. Get ready for your Facebook timelines to light up with the gun grabbing. Get ready for all that shit. Get ready for your liberal friends to fucking have meltdowns, because this shit is going to go on fire here in a little bit. Now, the reason why I say that is because if these kids, when they march to go against guns, mind you, some of them are 19, 18 years old. Some of them are exercising their political rights. If you go against their narrative, then CNN and the rest of media outlets, they're going to attack you and anybody like you for bullying these kids. That's right. And I got to hand it to the left, or I got to hand it to the media, or whoever's behind this, because it's clever. Very clever. Clever use of language, or a clever use of tactics, we'll say. So they're well groomed. I could put up that videos, but I'm not going to bore you with shit like that. But they're well groomed. One of them was even identified as being the son of an FBI agent. So you can imagine he's well tutored at the house to say exactly what he's supposed to say. And I'm sure you can guess which one that is. Only useful to generate signatures is wasteful. Same with taking another language, wasteful for the majority. Are you trying to say cursive is wasteful? Because, I mean, I respect the opinion, but I gotta disagree with you on that one. How is cursive useless? Definitely not. What's useless? Hell, Washington crossed the Delaware or how he was wood and ivory teeth. Cursive is not useless. It's the dawn of intelligence. I mean, written word is absolutely beautiful. It's sacred, you know. Just to kind of give up to the tech gods just because you can text everything now doesn't mean it's cool. Doesn't mean cursive is useless. Cursive is the dawn of intelligence. It is absolutely gorgeous, you know. And God forbid, I don't know how many times the tech grids have gone down, or I don't know how many times the power goes out and your cell phone is useless. Well, I mean, the mail still operates, you know what I mean? No matter what happens. It is a fail safe, you know what I mean? How often do I write in cursive? Quite often. Quite often. I mean, I write in kind of half cursive and half fucking what do they call it? Print. Wow. Just had a major brain fart. But I do a little half and half as I'm going. It's like half cursive, half print. Where I'm going to use Washington cross the Delaware, other than being a history teacher, but cursive is very needed nowadays to sign your name, loan payment, new car, bank statement. Yeah, all that shit is important. I think cursive is 100% important. But to get back on topic, cursive is not going to fucking matter if all the goddamn kids are dead. Will it? It's not going to matter. They ain't going to learn anything if they're fucking dead. So, what are we going to do to stop that? Yeah? Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah. I mean, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny at the same time. No, I get it. I mean, fucking arguing over cursive here, and 17 fucking lives are lost, and we're arguing over goddamn cursive. Jesus Christ. Learning cursive is not going to get them 17 kids back. I'm just saying. Learning, see, again, Joey, I gotta disagree with you. I think learning a second language should be mandatory. Mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Just me. Just my opinion. It can be very useless throughout life. Yeah, you might go a couple of days without using cursive. That's true. Hey, Sir Riff, what's up? 82 Airborne Fort Bragg, what's up? How you doing, man? In the state of California, English is the second language. Oh my God, that's funny. Has any listings to the kids in Florida? Are they smart as fuck? Maybe I'm dumb. I'm also incredibly high. Has any listing to the kids in Florida? Has any listing? Has any listening? Is that supposed to be listening? Has any listening to the kids in Florida? Anyone? Anyone listen? Oh, no. Has anyone listening? Okay. Yes. And the reason for that is because the media is all like, all up in the face, like, woo, this is the most important thing right now. Woo. I mean, go ahead, pop on CNN right now. Go ahead and turn on MSNBC. They're going to be talking about it. How many kids shot in school since Columbine? Government doesn't care. I think there's a list out there somewhere. Oh man, and it's too many. I don't even want to name it, but it's in the 1,000. If I'm not mistaken, I could be going way overboard. Do you know, Fox? Riff, motherfucking Raph, salute, brother. What's going on? Do you know, Fox? Because I don't know. Is it like 1,000? Is it less? Because I mean, Jesus. What do we do? Do we shoot back? Anyways, I know it's a hot topic. Sad, definitely 100 in the thousands. Definitely in the 100s. Okay, so less. Okay. So should we arm teachers? I think we're kind of lost on that one. You know, some people say yes, some people say no. A lot of people are indifferent. Children used as March 14th. Let's kind of finish this video up and then move on. But again, I kind of just want to bring it back to the topic, because if your kids are going to be used as propaganda, you know, try to just kind of wrap your mind around why these kids are marching. If you don't have any kids that are going to be part of this, and if you don't care, okay, well, whatever. But I mean, I don't have any kids either, but I'm still covering it. Fuck it, right? All right, here we go.
Students across America on March 14th will be walking out of classrooms and marching for changes in gun laws. And while I believe that change is absolutely necessary, it has absolutely nothing to do with removing guns from the hands of lawful gun owners, and everything to do with securing schools, fortifying entrances and exits, and by the way, stop putting children in gun-free zones that basically tell a shooter, hey, we're open for business and vulnerable, fire away. Gun-free zones
Gun-free zones, didn't we just say? A lot of these shootings, a lot of them, almost every single one of them happen in gun-free zones. The gay club that got shot up. The fucking shooting in, what was it called? Oregon. You know, that was another gun-free zone. Jesus Christ, I could go on and on. I'm just really high and I don't have them all in front of me. But 90% of the time they're in gun fucking free zones.
You're a gunman about as much as a t-shirt that says no cancer allowed will prevent you from getting lymphoma. Sam Treat, who is a student at Garfield High School in Washington State, spoke to a reporter from Seattle's KIRO and said, "The generation before us has not done a great job of doing action. Sam, my generation didn't need to do action because we weren't going around shooting up schools, with the exception of Columbine, which, as we all know, was an enigma at the time. Maybe it's because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, but my generation didn't feel compelled to kill each other. We had fistfights at Rogers, Texaco, the gas station closest to my high school, and the worst thing that was ever going to happen to you was a broken nose or a black eye." At any rate, Sam continued to the reporter, "So we're planning a walkout in addition to 17 minutes of silence for the 17 victims, because it's important to honor Parkland. We're going to have booths where you can make signs, booths where you can register and pre-register to vote, because that's how we're going to get our voices heard." So they're apparently still on the voting thing, which is fine, but at least now they're not trying to lower the voting age. I think that possibly they realized that as long as Tide Pods are around as a reminder of millennial stupidity, that's just not going to happen. Many school systems have announced that their students participating in the protest will be marked tardy or absent and have forbidden teachers and other staff members from participating, which I find to be a good thing. If students want to participate, they have to take the hit to their attendance record just like they would if they were missing school for any other reason. So do you have children who are planning to participate or are planning on refraining from participating? Let us know in the comments. I'm Amanda, head for The Rebel. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed my commentary, you want to hear more from us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows, and make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter. Also, download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. If you download it, you will have access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amanda, head for The Rebel.
Yeah, Italy, Texas. A 15-year-old student was wounded in a shooting at a high school in Italy, Texas, authorities said. The suspect, a 15-year-old, was quickly apprehended. A Winston-Salem State University football player was shot to death at a campus party. Najee Ali Baker was killed on the campus of Wake Forest University. So I guess it has happened a couple times in the old Florida. And so what do we do about shit like that? Do we arm the teachers? Do we have security guards? Do we turn it into a lockdown school and put metal detectors everywhere? I mean, what do we do? What do we do? You know, what do we do, guys? It's certainly a problem. I'll give you that. And I don't pretend to have the answers. That's the goddamn truth. All right. So, let's go ahead and shift gears. We're probably going to get into some spoiler alerts, okay? Spoiler alerts. That's my alarm. That's my alarm. Spoiler alerts, because I'm about to talk about the new movie called Death Wish. Who's seen it? Who hasn't seen it? That schools like banks, armed guards. We about to talk about Death Wish. Y'all ready to talk about Death Wish? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to talk about Death Wish? Alright, because I'm about to talk about Death Wish. Because, first of all, Bruce Willis is a goddamn badass. And I love this movie because it's prime time. Why? Because, why? We just talked about gun. We just talked about guns. That's why. Guns! The left don't want guns. They hate it. They hate. Now, what I think is really awesome is that the left, boy, they praised that Black Panther movie like it was, mwah, it was, mwah, it was God's gift to the picture scene. And don't you dare criticize Black Panther movie because you're a racist. So, with that said, the fact that they want to banish guns and all this, and they got the March 14th coming up for the March for Lives, and it's all about going against guns, all about to fuck the guns, right? Fuck guns, right? What a perfect time! What a I don't know if this guy's a conservative. I don't know if he's a right winger. I don't know what the fuck he is. But whoever created this movie and timed this whole thing to come out, it's like a jab right into the face of the leftist fucking cucks that want to grab all the guns. Because here's a man that took, basically justice into his own hands. I don't want to spoil it too much. I'm going to play a video that doesn't spoil it too much. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it. But if you haven't seen it, fucking check it out. So here's a man that takes justice into his own hands, has a hard time defending his own family. Why? Because he doesn't have a gun, folks. Decides to get a gun, takes justice into his own hands, and then later on in the movie, the character starts to question himself. Is he just as bad as the people that he's hunting down? It's kind of like a Boondocks Saints kind of type movie, but it's really well done special effects. So, you ready to get into that? Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it.
Not to just test the Lord. And James 4:17 says,
Death Wish is a remake? Yeah, I know it was a remake. It's a remake of an old movie. I thought I said that, no?
in the past, there were a few things that we could all agree on. The sky is blue, socialism doesn't work, and Die Hard is the greatest movie ever made. However, the left in recent years has abandoned objective truth for subjective, narcissistic, selfish screeching of, I feel, so I should get. And nothing I've seen shows this more clearly than the reviews for Death Wish starring Bruce Willis. A movie so manly, so in line with actual conflict, so action-packed, so perfect in its toxic masculinity that it literally combines AC/DC, Milton Friedman, home defense with assault rifles, and condemns Chicago for not being able to protect its citizens. Oh my God, I can just see every leftist just cringing watching this movie. I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. Death Wish was directed by Eli Roth, was made for about $30 million and opened up with $13 million plus, which is great for the first opening weekend. And this was a remake to the 1974 cult classic. Let's compare some reviews from the 1974 movie where there used to be some semblance of diversity in criticism. The reviews were 65% by critics and 68% by the public, which is about in agreement. And now it is a shocking 15% of critics liked the movie and 85% of viewers enjoyed it. Let's see why. As a movie, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. This film has everything you would want as a moviegoer if you're right of Bernie Sanders. Without going into too much detail, you follow Bruce Willis as he goes on a complete journey of being a very passive and respectful person to being heartbroken and going after the people that ruined his life. This happens because a law-abiding citizen has his life ripped apart when a home invasion gone wrong takes the life of his wife and puts his daughter in a coma. Now here's what separates this movie from other revenge flicks. In other revenge flicks, the whole world, the whole movie setup is just geared around one person. And if the whole world is one person, whatever you're experiencing is it. It's absolute. But this movie takes a step back and lets society ask questions of, is this justified? Is it right for you to go out of your way to take down killers, drug dealers, and rapists? And in doing so, it allows the audience to not just be a spectator, but to also be involved in the movie. It's pretty fun. My critic review is a 4 out of 5. What I love most about this movie as a critic as far as production is it inserts you directly into the time right now. One of the opening sequences of the movie shows Chicago, as you know, one of the most crime-ridden cities in the entire United States that has also been a Democratic leftist hellhole for a long time with some of the harshest gun regulations in the entire country. And you see police officers so in over their head that some die in the opening scene, and you have different commentators, like actual commentators in the news that have talked about, oh my gosh, it's rampant here, like 40 people killed in one weekend, all these shots, and just start talking about how bad it is and how nothing has helped so far. And you can see all the leftists start to cringe as all their policies are being called out, and you can clearly see on the screen the result of them. And I'm sure it's shocking for them to come to the realization that bad people will do bad things and the police can't always help you. Shocker. And one of the most impressive parts of this movie, directing and writing-wise, is you get to see these snapshots and these different scenes of how someone's world, when they're flipped upside down, this would be the natural response when you realize that self-preservation is your only way to protect your family and you from these outside horrific forces. And in one of my favorite scenes, which would just drive people crazy, our hero literally goes to Texas to go get some advice from an older man, his wife's father who's there, and he pulls over on the side of the road and starts shooting at these poachers that are poaching his field and killing this animal, and he's like firing off at these guys that are running away. And then he gives this great kind of speech and talk and wisdom about how a man, it's your job as the head of the household to protect your family. And if you can't do that, then you failed. Now our hero goes home and decides, I don't need a gun, because he sees some goofy commercial with some blonde bimbo talking about how you need an assault rifle to protect your home. He thinks that's stupid. Who then on his way home sees a woman being attacked by 2 gangbangers. And apparently her lessons at the YMCA taking Krav Maga weren't enough to hold these guys off, which of course in real life would obviously not work either. However, he steps in and takes an unbelievable beating because obviously there's nothing he could do either because he has no way to protect himself. However, then this meticulous surgeon does buy a gun to defend himself and others and inflicts righteous judgment on those who deserve it. And it also has one of the best shooting death scenes I've ever seen. When you see the ice cream man scene, it is awesome. It's absolutely awesome to watch. However, these actions do leave him depressed and unable to sleep. This also sparks a controversy of, is this the right thing to do? Is this man worse than the people that he's killing, or is this righteous judgment, as it starts this massive debate? And this sparks up because this is done outside the realm of self-defense and self-preservation, which is your God-given right and protected by the U.S. Constitution. For now. My faith and values is a 3 out of 5. Now, there are no overt Christian messages in this movie. In fact, there is a funeral scene where a man questions God's sovereignty in these situations, and is there actually a plan? Also, there's multiple scenes with Bruce Willis where he's asked to have faith and let the police do their thing, and he doesn't. However, it is important to note that the Bible does not just call us to sit back in our recliner knowing that the Lord will just take care of whatever we need. In fact, the Bible specifically tells people not to just
I know, right?
And James 4:17
Especially
says,
the ice
"So
cream
whoever
scene.
knows
It
the
is
right thing to do
awesome."
and fails to do it, for him, it is sin." This movie also brilliantly shows the deep desire to protect those who we love and lay down our lives for them. Now, should you take the stance of going around like this guy because you see bad people doing bad things and take them out? Of course not. We are a nation of laws, and we are called to obey the rules and laws and regulations of them. However, we also do have the right to self-preservation given to us by the Second Amendment here in the United States, and have every right to absolutely obliterate any psychopath that enters our home to do us or our loved ones harm. Honestly, this is just a fun, entertaining ride of a movie, and you should definitely go see.
Alright, so, pretty cool movie. I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. And now we're gonna make fun of it, because that's what we do here. Oh.
Enjoy a typical night in New York City. This is Pauline Kersey. This is the story of a person who decided to clean up the most bigoted city in the world. Oh, I bet you think you're some kind of tough guy, huh? A real big man.
Yeah, bitch.
Too bad that's just a social construct. A false archetype perpetuated by Western civilization.
Hey, do you believe that?
Where all the LGBT activists...
What the fuck?
His work begins. Hey, you cis scum. Did you get yourself in that?
Lord to me, Croft. What's good?
You're gonna need it. Some call him a hate crime vigilante. Some call him a hero. Some call him the... Hey, you white privileged puke satchel. Now, is that any way to treat a tranny? What are you gonna do about it, ass? You know the best part of my friend here, Mr. Walter? When it comes to targets, he's gender neutral. Death Wish 14, the reassignment.
You know what's good about my little friend here, Walter? When it comes to targets, it's gender neutral. What in the hell is going on, Mr. Laura Croft? How the hell are you doing tonight, motherfucker? What is going on? So that's pretty much all the topics I had. And then the very last thing I had was a movie, a little short movie that I thought was awesome. That I was just kind of scouring the internet like I always do. And I found this weird little short film. It's about a half an hour. And it just kind of makes fun of all of our old 80s and 70s things that we kind of grew up with and things like that. And it's kind of a good movie. I thought we could have a little fun with it together. Watch it together. Smoke a little weed. Get a little buzz. You know, and check out this crazy, over-the-top, zany 80s movie together. It's about 25 minutes, 30 minutes long. I'm in on the breakfast. It's the whiskey. Ooh, yeah. Hey, Laura, have you ever seen anything like this? This here, right there, that's marijuana distillate. Do you know what the hell that is? I'm almost out, but anyways, it's fucking awesome. Far Cry 5 short movie is good. Oh, I bet. Have you guys heard of Kung Fury? Have you heard of this? I thought it'd be kind of cool, you know, to like really just kind of drive home this awesome stream. bring it to a halt. You guys ready for this? Because this is going to be a nuts thing. I'm not a big drug man, but I did it in my time. Hell yeah. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Wait till you see this bullshit. This is some crazy shit right here. You guys ready? Here we go. Come on. Yeah. Hold on, let's move this. I want you guys to see my reaction, though. While we're chilling here. Alright, cool. Let me turn this a little bit. Man, something like that right there. Oh, perfect. Let's go.
Hey, you got a permit for those guns? I've got your permit right here.
Yeah, that's my bicep. 1 second, babe. Hello?
Got an arcade machine down there. Go crazy. It's killing everybody. It's destruction, chaos, and terror. We need
My job. Game over. I'm a cop, and damn good at my job. It all began years ago. In the line of duty, me and my partner were chasing down a mysterious kung fu master. You're under arrest, punk.
Show us your hand.
Good work, Dragon.
You could have killed both of us with that crazy stuff. But goddammit, you're the best partner I've ever had.
Thanks. I learned from the best. You're like a father to me. With one fatal blow, he hit my partner. I could tell he was dead straight off. Before I could pull the trigger, I was hit by lightning and bitten by a cobra. I blacked out and saw images of ancient Shaolin temples and monks mastering the art of Kung Fu. There was an ancient prophecy about a new form of Kung Fu so powerful, only one man could master it. The Chosen One. When I woke up, I saw the Kung Fu master running towards me. I could feel my body mutate into some sort of Kung Fu freak of nature.
You are the Chosen One.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Knuckles.
Get the fuck out of here.
As a memento, I put on a strip of cloth from the dead Kung Fu master. I decided I would use my new super Kung Fu powers to fight crime, so I became the best cop in the world. I became Kung Fury.
Starring Triceratops.
Kung Fury. I just got back from City Hall. $50 million worth of damages. And I've got the mayor up my ass like a fag on Viagra. How am I going to explain this to the press? You just destroyed an entire city block, for Christ's sake.
Did you tell me to block it out?
Told you to do it by the book.
Cut the bullshit. Nobody else in this Zimbabwe could have stopped that arcade machine, and you know it.
Oh, man. Listen to me, Kung Fury. You need to start following the rules like the rest of us, so I'm assigning you a new partner.
What? Hell no, I work alone.
Not anymore, you don't. Say hi to your new partner, Triceracop.
Very nice meeting you.
Triceracop.
Looking forward
Good old Triceracop.
I work alone.
Either you team up with Triceracop, or you're off the case.
I'm not off the case. I quit.
I'm not off the case. I quit. Look at it. Look. Triceracop. Oh, my sweet Jesus.
It was positive, yeah? Yeah, no problem. Give me the phone.
What the hell is this? Chief McNichol speaking. Is this the police? Yeah, this is the police.
We're not doing new stuff, bro.
I need someone to trace that call.
But that's impossible. Not for me, it isn't.
Hacker Man!
He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Follow me. I was able to triangulate the cell phone signal and trace the caller. His name is Adolf Hitler.
Hitler? He's the worst criminal of all time.
Do you know him, sir?
I guess you could say that. In the 1940s, Hitler was a Kung Fu champion. He was so good at Kung Fu that he decided to change his name to Kung Fuhrer. He didn't stop there. He knew of the Kung Fury prophecy and wanted to claim the throne. So he and his posse of Nazi soldiers conducted experiments for years. They weren't able to figure out how the master departed from Kung Fury. And one day, he disappeared from the face of the earth. And no one has seen him ever since. Until now. I guess he figured if he could find a chosen one and kill him, he would become Kung Fury himself. He must have traveled in time in order to get here. Which is probably why he disappeared in the first place.
So what are you gonna do?
My job.
My job.
Go back in time to Nazi Germany and kill Hitler once and for all.
My job.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm not sure. I need some sort of time machine.
Wait a minute. Using an RX modulator, I might be able to conduct a mainframe cell direct and hack the uplink to the download.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that with the right computer algorithms, I can hack you back in time. Just like a time machine.
Well then, it's hacking time.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Well, there you go, Glock. Tell us how you really feel, bro. Oh shit, here we go. What the fuck?
Fuck! That's a laser raptor. I thought they went extinct thousands of years ago.
That's a laser raptor. It is Friday, isn't it? What's up, man? Yeah, happy Friday.
Who are you?
My name is
Barbariana.
It is. It is. No, for real, for real.
That explains the Laseraptor. Fuck. I went too far back in time.
You need to get out of this valley. This place is swarming with laser raptors. I'll meet you at the God's Rock.
Laser
Katana can help you
raptors.
get there.
Watch out for the laser raptors.
I'm Katana. I can give you a ride to Asgard.
Heard that shit. Got my little bit of weed right here.
So, who are you?
I'm a cop from the future. I was sent back in time to kill Hitler, but I accidentally went back too far in time. End up in this place.
I love how casual he is with that. I'm a cop from the future, and I was sent back in time, but I went too far.
I know someone who might be able to help you.
Damn! Zeus just showed up. Or Thor. What was that? That's Thor, I think.
Behold, it is me, Thor, son of Odin and protector of mankind. Check out my pecs.
Your pecs are epic.
Thanks.
Your pecs are impressive. They are epic. Godlike.
Anyway, Thor, this is, Kung Fury. He's a cop from the future.
Yeah, I need to get to Nazi Germany and, kill Hitler, so if you could help me with
Avatar. Walk through this portal, and you shall end up in Nazi Germany. Good luck to you, Kung Fury.
Thanks, Thor. Well, looks like this is my ride.
Hey, future cop. Where are you going?
You know what? Here, take my number. And use this phone to call me. It's a personal transportable cellular telephone. It features 645 capacity, 10 number speed dial, and an electronic security lock. This revolution in communication could make it possible for more and more people to have a phone in their car.
Shit.
Mustasch är ju helt kaputt för fan. Då får du ju Abraken.
Abraken?
Han ser inte klok ut.
Mein Mustasch? This is eine ariske Mustasch.
Nej, this is arische mustasch. Det där ser ju för fan ut som könshåret på en herrelös hund.
Ja, det var ju lustigt sen ni sagt det. Det ser ut som du har trillat in i röven med lite lim på läppen bara.
Det här är en arische mustasch. Man får ju skämmas för det. Det ser inte klokt ut.
This is eine arische Mustasch. This is a sehr gut Mustasch.
Får du börja bölen? Nu plötsligt också.
This is...
Får du bölen till bort? Nej, det är en liten bölen.
Deine Mustasch... Deine Mustasch är...
Din mustasch, du får ta bort den. Den ser inte klok ut, säger jag.
Thank you. disarming you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. What the fuck? Damn, son! Damn! Damn! Oh! He just kicked that man's head off! Yes, dude, yes! Yo, he just kickflipped that man, yo.
Feeling that spine? It's all in your back.
Well, there we go.
Fuck you, Confury. Now nothing can stop me and my army of death.
Fuck you, cunt Harry. Fuck you, cunt Harry. Oh shit. That's Thor. Triceracop. Damn! Why is he shooting everyone in the dick? Why is he shooting everyone in the dick?
All right, Hitler. The gig is up. Show me your hands. Ackerman,
Have you seen Kung Fu? Oh no.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Cobra. I've been expecting you, Kung Fury. I'm your spirit animal.
What the hell is this place?
This is heaven. I'm afraid you're dead.
What? But it looks so real.
Yeah. No, it's totally real.
Mr. Cobra, I'm a police officer. I need you to send me back to Earth. Pronto.
I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. You see, you're dead.
You're under arrest.
What?
For obstruction of justice. You're breaking the What the hell happened?
I hacked away all of your bullet wounds, Kung Fury.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I want to welcome you and your friends to Germany. We are not so different, you and I. I mean, we've both got cool style, you know? We're red, you know? So that's cool. We both like doing moves. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. And killing people. I love it. You clearly do too. And that's cool. Join me. We could be brothers. We are so alike. It's almost like we finish each other's
balls.
What?
Where'd he go? Not much left of him, is there? The important thing is that he's gone. Sorry I died at you, Triceracop. You're the best damn partner I've ever had.
I came back in time for you, Kung Fury. Because, damn it, I love you. Teamwork is very important.
So, what happens now, Kung Fury?
Well, I need to head back to the office. Looks like it's gonna be a hell of a lot of paperwork. Open the doors, Hoff.
I'm sorry, Fury. I can't let you do that.
Open the doors, Hoff.
I'm sorry. I can't let you open the doors, Kung Fury.
God damn it, open the doors.
I'm sorry. I can't
Open the doors.
Did anyone ever tell you not to hassle the Hoff 9000?
Oh, Hoff 9000. Piece of shit.
Uh-oh.
Game over. Wait a minute. I've seen that symbol before. Somewhere. Hitler. Well, bros, I hope you had a wonderful time during my stream today, my good man. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out of here. You guys take care. I'm watching that again today. Absolutely, bros. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my stream. Click the sub button, click that fucking follow button or whatever. If you're new here, some of you probably aren't. If you're here at this point, then I'm sure you're not new anymore. But anyways, you guys take care. Fox, take care. Aaron, all you bros, take care. I'm going to the pub. Fucking right, man. Enjoy that pub. We will see you bros on that flip side. See you later, man.